Don't say, she won't ever act as sweet as she turns into a housewife. Don't say, met her last night, she ain't even done, she came over last night. Don't say no, she won't ever act as sweet as she turns into a housewife. Don't say no, met her last night, say when you catch it in the head. Good evening to all of my fellow troglodytes, Neanderthals, and hairy knuckle apes, chicken littles and boys crying wolf, and to everybody else in the red pill manosphere, to all my faithful family. Welcome to the Good Faith Podcast, where we maneuver around toxic debauchery, attempting to find harmony with our fellow man and dissect society's caustic degeneracy. And that's what we're going to be talking about a lot tonight, is debauchery and degeneracy. We're going to talk about a little, I got to get my, sound. I always try and, take out some sound bites, but for every one I delete, I add, 4. So, it's my soundboard's like a hydra. For every head you cut off, 3 will take its place.
Have some self-control.
We're going to talk about degeneracy. We're going to talk about debauchery. We're going to talk about smut.
It's smut, Bill.
If it's a pre-apocalyptic dystopia that you seek, then look no further, because here it is. I'm your host, Ninja Bullock. We understand you could have been a million other places tonight, and that time's the most precious commodity any of us have. So from the bottom of our heart, we'd like to share our gratitude with all of you. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. Due to the sensitive nature of some of our topics, we hope you will shield youngins from some of the vulgarity that may be spewed here. It must be noted that the views expressed by the panel are not necessarily the views of the Good Faith Podcast, and we're not liable for any results incurred by the utilization of our advice, nor are we a fiduciary and assume no culpability of investment performance as a result of following our financial advice. Our simple aim is to entertain and inform. Anybody living in the greater Philadelphia area interested in making an appearance on our show can reach me in a DM on Facebook or Instagram at Christopher Bulick. See our Patreon link in the description if you'd like to make a campaign contribution to facilitate our meteoric rise. Let me just make sure. Sorry, I want to make sure that Gladys is clocked in. Because sometimes that bitch arrives late and.
Wait, fire her?
I would. I'll fire her and fucking. I'll outsource her job to fucking the Middle East and have a Punjabi do it for.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. I'll outsource her job to fucking Bangladesh and have a Punjabi do it for half the price. As a candidate of the people, I solemnly swear I won't misappropriate the funds. If you guys send them to the Patreon, we would be eternally grateful. I won't gas up a corporate jet to fly to Tulum or Mykonos or Ibiza or Santorini, any of the passport hoe capitals of the world. I won't gas up a corporate, I won't fund arms dealers in the Middle East with Stinger missiles and Harrier jets. I won't buy a bunch of stupid shit.
There he is! It's beautiful! Take your hat off, boy, that's a dollar bill!
In all seriousness, times are tough. Any proceeds we receive will be going towards avoiding eviction, keeping the lights on, medicating Clark with all of his health concerns, and feeding our gracious guests. Once again, if you feel you've been given value by us, it takes a little extra effort to like and subscribe. This is your notification. The Good Faith Podcast is now available not only on YouTube, but Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Patreon, Amazon, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and RSS.com. We'll keep pushing out these episodes so long as our following stays growing. And our following's been growing. Here's a shout out to the faraway people in Melbourne, Christchurch, Perth, Nairobi, Kenya, Zambia, Nigeria, Venezuela, Uruguay, Brazil, London, Dusseldorf, or as you said, it's Dusseldorf. Maybe the DJ Deutschbags over there fucking, oh yeah, we listen to the Good Faith Podcast, man, yeah. Finland, China, Cabo, Tijuana, Mexico City, Bermuda, San Diego, San Jose, Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Francisco, Oakland, Portland. I like Portland because anarchy has taken a hold of all of Portland, at least at least during the what is it called, like the Rose Festival or whatever, where basically they just have a bunch of hippies like tripping balls in the middle of broad daylight while children are there like looking at the parade floats and shit like that. Seattle, Spokane, Cheyenne, Omaha, Nebraska, Cedar Rapids, Salt Lake
Oh,
City.
got some Omaha people?
I think it might have been. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that it does not show YouTube people on here, but it might have been me tuning in while we were in Omaha. But
Oh,
it could.
yeah, probably.
It might not be. Who knows? Because I thought that RSS.com was only the other platforms besides YouTube, but maybe I'm wrong. Cedar Rapids, Salt Lake City, Denver, Colorado Springs, Phoenix, Las Cruces, Chattanooga, Charlotte, Winston-Salem, Raleigh, Asheville, Greenville, Birmingham, Atlanta, Orlando, Pensacola, Lexington, Columbus, Cincinnati, Kansas City, Oklahoma City, where the Godfather Kevin Samuels is from, St. Paul, Kenosha, St. Louis, Houston, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Nashville, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, South Bend, Charlottesville, another good anarchy city. I like any city where anarchy is thriving because,
I don't know if it's thriving. It's not like they continue to be anarchy.
I mean, fucking just any city that is known
Like
for its
anarchy for a day.
Richmond, D.C., Winnipeg, Vancouver, Edmonton, Montreal. Oh my God, I saw the most beautiful picture of
Terrence
Montreal.
Boyle Jr. said, yo.
Yo.
In the motherfucking suburbs with it. Hey, yo, Terry, fuck going on? Hey, how's it going?
So I started to take an interest in like beautiful skylines and shit like that and like beautiful views. Look at this picture of Montreal. Isn't that like gorgeous?
Isn't that Toronto? Isn't that the CN?
Oh no, you are right. This is Toronto. Yeah.
I'm about to say, I've been there.
Really?
Yeah. I went in the CN Tower.
That's Toronto, and then
When I went to Niagara Falls.
and then look at this picture of Philly. Isn't that like a
Pretty
great
cool,
picture? Yeah. I would like to get like a picture like that in the city. I have to wait until a night. I think they got the One Liberty Place red, white, and blue is what I'm assuming that is. But it almost looks like purple, pink, and like aqua or something like that. But it just looks cool. Finishing off with our people, we got Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, Calgary, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, Manchester, Newark, Syracuse, Albany, and New York City. You guys fill my heart with joy every time I see you on the map. If you would be so kind, do like Terry just did, give Gladys some fucking work to do because she's a lazy old bitch and she's, she should retire because she's so fucking old. But, maybe she misappropriated her funds like I won't do if you send them to me. And, maybe she spent them at the casino or whatever. So now she's working into her elder years.
It's AI. They can work forever.
Yeah, it's true. The path to notoriety will be for our listeners to spread the good word of the pod. If you enjoy it, send it to somebody else. Maybe they'll enjoy it. If you enjoy it and you want to help out, create an alternate identity. We're like 19 subscribers away from having 1,000. So I'm really hoping we could do that, within the next 7 days. Tonight would be amazing. I doubt we're gonna get 19 subscribers in the next 3 hours, but guys, create an alternate create an alter ego, name it. You can't be so fond of cocks. You can't be Hugh Janus. You can't be, what was the other one we have already?
So fond of cocks.
Phil, you can't be so fond of cocks. Phil McCracken, Hugh Janus, but I think every other like silly name that you could think of is available. So create an alter ego, why don't you? Don't just be like Mangina or whatever his name. Yeah, don't just be like man. That's what I'm gonna start calling him now, Mangina. Don't just be like Mangina and create a bunch of alter accounts and not subscribe them. That's like a dick move.
Are you talking about a Mandingo?
Yes, I'm calling him Mangina now.
Alright.
If you're interested in joining our movement, we represent #YuriUbiamo. It's okay to show love and tolerance to anybody with an aligned opinion. Feel free to disrespect anybody whose opinion doesn't mirror yours, and to treat them with bratty toxicity. After all, respect is only earned by somebody with an identical belief system as your own.
#YuriUbiamo.
All right. Our other movement is the #FYB movement. Please spread awareness of our cause. Have you ever been minding your own business? Maybe you're on like an airplane or in a coffee shop and somebody's little shit kid bothers you because their supervisor didn't keep their device's battery charged. Fuck that baby. Everybody knows it takes a village to raise a child, or two responsible adults who know the inherent risk of fucking, and that is children. Don't get me wrong, I have a deep affinity for all my family, my friends' family, and the children are great stand-up parents who instill discipline into their children and raise contributing kind members of society. To everybody whom that statement doesn't pertain to, fuck them. I hope while they're spiking on artificial sweeteners, Red 5 and Ritalin, they slip on a banana peel like it's Mario Kart. #FYB, fuck yo baby.
Why? Because fuck them, that's
Ryan
why.
McMullen said, hey.
Hey, Rye. Yeah, Rye, you are excluded from the FYB movement because I love your babies. I can't wait to I can't wait to see them on Sunday. And Rye, I want to have a phone call with you when this episode's over. Chernie, if you're interested, on Sunday, me, Rye, Dirty Dan, and a new friend are going all around the city to see the sights.
Oh, is that why you were at like a Buddhist temple?
Yeah. I need to start taking pictures in I don't know, in like how would you describe, in like breathtaking, in breathtaking picturesque scenes. So
why do you need to?
because I just joined the Men of Action, and like that's the first step of taking action is like
taking pictures of beautiful places.
Yeah, like nobody wants to see a man in his basement. We're not the men in basements. We're not the men in bedrooms. We're the Men of Action.
I didn't think we were taking pictures in our basement,
but like most. All right, we could. I guess this could be our first topic of discussion. Is do you think that there is a
Ryan McMullen said, men in basements. Let's go.
that's when we're at Riley's.
Right, what are you even wearing, dude? You look like what is nothing.
What is this inside joke?
So do you think the middle class of dating, especially for men, exists?
What would the middle class be?
The middle class, I suppose, would be like a guy who makes, $50,000 a year.
So the middle class in general.
But
chested dating. I
mean, like women can be any socioeconomic class that they want, and they could still lock down like a high profile man. But like,
I don't think that's true.
yeah, what, you don't think that a insanely beautiful girl making $23,000 a year?
Any woman. If they're not insanely beautiful, they're not going to be.
Yeah, okay. So, but socioeconomics doesn't pertain to women in the same way that it pertains to men. Like a woman has upward mobility so long as her beauty permits. Would you agree with that?
For the most part, and like I think some people do care about personality though, but.
But so do you? All right, so the premise of the Men of Action is that all these dating apps are bullshit.
I agree.
And the number one dating app in the entire world is Instagram. Like every girl.
I mean, girls do love Instagram and Pinterest than
Yeah.
TikTok.
But like a girl is not like if you're just like a random guy on the street, a girl will not give you the time of day. Even like I guess maybe if you look like Jason Momoa or something like that, if you're like exceptionally handsome, a girl might give you the time of day. Maybe if you're like so
I'm pretty sure they would if you're attractive.
yeah, like no, I'm talking about like overwhelmingly attractive though. Like if
I
you're
don't think you need to be overwhelmingly. You can just be like
middle class,
Well,
just be mid.
I'm thinking more upper middle class, but like where you're pretty attractive, like you have some muscle tone, have a nice face. Like I'm pretty sure they'll give you the time of day.
Well, why? What makes you pretty sure?
Because why not? Like women like attractive men too, just like men like attractive women.
Yeah, but like there are so many standards that women have to make sure that they're like hitching their cart to a good horse. They're not going to take that chance that you're a serial killer or that you're a rapist.
So they'll take that chance if they're insanely attractive.
Yes, if they're
No.
insanely attractive, yes.
I think they obviously they don't want to find a serial killer, but like
what they would much rather see is social proof, is a long, extensive Instagram that proves that you're hanging out with a lot of different interesting people, that you're in like populated areas, that you are financially equipped enough to show her a good time, and that you are like obviously it can also show your physical attractiveness.
That proves you're not a serial killer.
Yeah, like
How?
Because you think serial killers are like having an extensive Instagram?
Pretty sure there have been some serial killers that have like Instagrams.
I don't think there's been a serial killer since like fucking Facebook was invented.
Yes, there has. There's
Like
plenty
who?
of serial killers. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's still serial killers out there.
Not really.
Yes, there are.
They get caught these days.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
They're not like a real serial killer is somebody who murders like 3 people.
Yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
And can you show me one of them? Can you show me one of them with a above average Instagram?
What does that even mean?
It means not shit.
What? That's just saying the same thing again. All right.
Because the burden of doubt remains on you.
Okay.
You're allowed to disagree.
You want me to just like show you, give you some names? Kenyel Brown killed 6 people, 2019 to 2020. Like,
what's his name?
Kenyel Brown.
Kenyel Brown. How do you spell Kenyel?
Kenyel. Committed suicide before apprehension.
Okay. How did he look? Did he look like a psychopath?
I didn't look at his picture. I'm just looking at serial killers.
The point remains is that women.
He doesn't look like a serial killer, really. He just kind of looks like a normal guy.
I don't know. You could see you could see the don't give a fuck in his eyes.
Yeah, and that's what women are attracted to.
The point is that women need to suss out their mates so that they're not fucking hitching their cart to a dangerous horse.
Sure.
And
what does that have to do with the attractiveness of someone?
Like your attractiveness is just how many mating cues you can signal to the opposite gender that you are.
Physical attractiveness.
Well, all right. So that is the biggest part of. That is like the biggest part of Men of Action is that women don't care about physical attractiveness anywhere near the same way that men do. Like we care exclusively about physical attractiveness. Women care about like really 80 other cues for attraction. You know what I mean? And like physical attractiveness is like midway to like all the way at the bottom of that. Like they care about your ability to garner resources. They care about your ability to have access to, scarce environments. They care about your ability to be, attractive to other women. They care about your ability to, remain employed, to have like have all these other boxes to check. Whereas if you're not that attractive, like plenty of women will still marry an unattractive guy because he's able to provide them with a quality of life that they're not able to obtain as a single woman. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So that is the basic gist of what we are going for, is trying to show that we're not just men in our basements, not just men in our bedrooms, not just men, just lonely men that are.
There's another one. Sean Landon killed 5 people.
He's a regular Ted Bundy.
Okay.
This is like a compliment for serial killers.
He also possibly had 16 victims.
Jesus.
Proven victims were 5.
What year?
Serving 2021, serving 95 years in prison.
Jesus. All right. So fuck. I didn't get. Wait. Do I? All right. So that'll bring us on to our fragrance of the week, which is Versace Porhomme, I think is how you pronounce it. Homme. Porhomme. Versace for the homies. Here you go. You want to try it?
Sure.
It's a dynamic Mediterranean inspired fragrance for men. It features a fresh, clean scent with a blend of aromatic and floral notes suitable for daily wear. The fragrance is known for its moderate sillage, Sillage, and longevity, making it a versatile choice for various occasions. It's got top notes of bergamot, neroli, citron of diamante, bitter orange leaves. It's got heart notes of geranium, clary sage, blue hyacinth, base notes of oud wood, mineral amber, and cedar wood. And so the shirt of the week is my Philly shirt that I got from my coworker because she's a peach.
Okay.
Slacks of the week, just some like plain beige slacks. My motto, guys. I say, look good, smell good, play good. And I'm in talks with this. I'm in talks with this girl who owns her own fashion line, and I'm trying to bring her on as a sponsor.
Yeah.
So I would love to bring her on, and then we could start to, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know how we would. I just want, like, I want to make our audience 50-50 men and women, if it were possible.
That's definitely not gonna happen.
Not like anytime soon, no.
Not when you're catering to Red Pill.
Well, there are Red Pill women, like all over the place.
Very rarely. All over the place.
Sure, yeah.
It's not common.
They're not as abundant as Red Pill men, but they do exist. Like,
everything exists pretty much. It's just not common at all, and you're gonna have like a 90% men ratio.
It could be true. I don't know. I mean, we've I don't know. I think you'll be surprised at how many women we're able to attract to the show, especially if we were to bring on a woman's fashion line, especially if we could start catering our content.
We would not be catering to Red Pill as much anymore. We'd be catering to women.
I mean, you could cater to Red Pill women. Like, there are trad wives who are all about like the Red Pill,
I'm still saying there's not a lot of women that are Red Pill.
Also, I'm not even sure if, like, because not even all conservatives are Red Pill. That's like the problem is like. But, like, I've definitely noticed, like, when women go to live in California for a little bit of time, they come back and they, like, hate liberalism because it, like, destroys their homes. And I've seen that happen with all of...
destroy their home?
Because like for all of the debauchery and degeneracy that liberalism promotes, like murdering your children, like anti-natalism, like.
Oh God. You're talking about abortion. That's not the same thing.
How not?
What do you mean? How not? They're not babies. They're not anti-natal. It's just they're fetuses. They're not the same.
What are they?
What do you mean? What are they? I just said it. It's a fetus.
Okay, but like, is that natal?
Natal, I think, means more baby than.
I think natal means that it like comes from the womb, doesn't it?
Reading to the place or time of one's birth.
Well, anyway, anti-natalism is a philosophy
It's
that
time of
advocates against having children or procreation, often based on the belief that existence is inherently bad or that it is wrong to bring new individuals into a world that is ultimately
Yeah, that's
painful or
absolutely
suffering-ridden.
not what it is. We're not being like pro-choice doesn't mean you're anti-natal.
Yeah, but I hear a lot of people say, like, it's irresponsible to bring a child into this world when there's war and when it's so.
I think it's usually financial concerns, but there's always war. I don't think that's a good standing argument.
There is financial concerns, but, like, America is.
I mean, like, with your home, not, like, financial concerns in the country. I'm just saying if you're not, like, stable, it's not the best idea to have a kid.
Yeah, but like our birth rate is lower than like many third world countries, and like I'm not saying that they're more responsible and we're less responsible. I'm just saying that like a $50,000 annual income puts you in the top 1% of global annual income. So like most Americans are like 1%ers.
But it also depends on your cost of living. The cost of living in different places isn't going to be the same as in America.
Yeah, but like we like many Americans can afford to give birth to life and use financial insecurity as an excuse to like commit murder, in my opinion. I know you don't believe it's murder.
Is condoms committing murder?
No.
You can use that and
Like
are you gonna call them anti-natal because they don't want to have kids?
No, like birth control is like responsible. It's a way to prevent the fertilization of an egg.
That's
not
also lowering your birth rate. That's also trying to not have a kid.
Okay, but there's a difference between taking the preventative measures to not have a kid because you're not in a position to, and there's a difference between choosing to abort your kid because you made a mistake.
Because you're not. It's still the same thing. It's because you're not in a financial. You're changing up the reason, but it's the same reason.
It's the same reason, but it's different methods. It's different choices. One is responsible and one is irresponsible. So one is in.
I think
one
they're
is
both responsible. One's less responsible.
That's like saying that white is black. It's just less black.
No, it's like saying gray is white. It's just
Kelly
less
Blake
white.
said, "Hi guys."
But there are shades of gray that are much closer
yes, you
to
never love
black.
You hate looking at gray. You love black and white in every way.
But you're saying all right. So you admit that abortion is less responsible than taking contraceptive measures.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
I never disagreed with that.
And so, do you think it's fair to shame people for being irresponsible, especially when their irresponsible choices lead to over 1 million annual deaths in our country?
Sure.
Okay. Then that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that like they're gonna go to hell and they're gonna burn in eternal hellfire. Like I'm just saying.
Consider a fetus the same kind of death as like a baby or a human.
I don't either, but it's still like it's still preventable and it's still wrong. Like I don't necessarily think that an abortion is as bad as infanticide, but like I still think it's like.
You seem to compare it. You're saying anti-natal. You're saying killing babies. That's inflammatory language that compares it to that.
I'm sorry that like they are comparable to killing babies because that's what they're doing.
If they're not the same, why are you acting like they're the same? And then
They're
you're
similar.
saying that they're not.
A fetus is similar to an infant. It's very similar. If you just let nature take its course, it'll become an infant.
Okay, and a sperm cell similar to a zygote.
Yes, and that's why I think that
So then contraception is just as bad.
No, it's not just as bad. I'm saying it's
similar. That's
it's
what I'm
worse.
saying.
I'm saying it's worse. I'm not saying that infanticide is the same as an abortion.
But
Just
you
like I'm
act
not
like
saying
it.
that an early term abortion is just as bad as a late term abortion. Just like I'm not saying that an early term abortion is just as bad as wearing a condom. Just like I'm not saying that.
You shame them the same way. You shame them in the same degree. Actually, you probably shame abortion in like first trimester worse than infanticide. But I guess really people aren't really doing infanticide.
Exactly.
So you don't have a reason to shame it.
Because we have laws protecting infants from being murdered by anybody. We don't have laws in most states protecting fetuses. They're defenseless.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is...
So is a sperm.
A sperm is just... Like,
it's human DNA. It's alive.
This doesn't...
That defenseless little sperm. Those defenseless eggs every time you menstruate.
Fucking...
Who's defending them?
It like fucking they get expelled on their own. Like nobody has a choice whether to expel eggs or not to expel eggs.
Okay, so if you have a miscarriage then. You don't have a choice in that either.
So it's obviously like out of your control, and I wouldn't shame anybody for having a miscarriage.
Okay.
You're pro-choice. You're not even pro-accidental miscarriage. I don't know why you're equating that and the other.
Because you're equating infanticide to this. Like, what do you mean? I'm proving that point that they're not the same, and you're acting like they are.
I'm not equating. I'm drawing comparison.
Definitely are.
Drawing comparison. Infanticide is the worst, and then we can go down the scale like we just did. Like, there are...
Although I guess you could say... We haven't punished people for infanticide, like what that one woman in Florida who got away with it.
What was her?
Harriet. Was it Jody Harriet?
Elena,
or was that
not Bobbitt.
No.
Terry Schiavo.
No, that's the vegetable.
I know who you're talking about.
God, what's her name?
Elena? Was it Elena something? No,
That's Bobbitt.
Bobbitt. I just know those two. But she got away with it for she was the one
the death of Kaylee Anthony. It was what was her name?
She like Googled how to murder a child, didn't she?
She did not get punished for it.
Fucking.
And now she's a lawyer for people. Like it makes absolutely no sense.
That's wrong. Like she doesn't deserve to be.
Or no, it is Casey Anthony. Kaylee Anthony's the baby. She's 2 years old. Fucked up.
That's wrong. Yeah, like she doesn't deserve to be breathing public air. Like that's.
Hey, she like put it on like TikTok somewhat recently that she's like a lawyer and stuff for people. It's so ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous. She deserves to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, she deserves to be somebody's bitch.
I'm somebody's bitch.
All right. Asset to watch is Broadcom, because today Broadcom fell, I want to say, it fell like, I don't know, 5% today, maybe more. Yeah, it fell about 5% today.
Exactly 5.
Yeah. It is at
a little bit up after hours.
At $247 right now, which I'd still like to see it go a little lower, but I think if it gets
But like 5% is a pretty big drop. What
I
else
know.
do you want from it?
It must have. I want to know why. It must have missed earnings or something like that. Because everything else in the entire stock market did.
Beat earnings and revenue.
I did the fucking backwards ass shit. But yeah, like everything else in the stock market rallied today. So it's just the curse of. It's the curse of the market being irrational, and
Well, it's probably just people selling good news.
Yeah, but I do think if I were to see like 220, 220, 225, I'm gonna buy like a couple of shares of Broadcom. because last time that we gave a grading report card, Broadcom was like one of the highest, and I did adjust our rubric to make it more fair, and yeah, I got some more companies that we're gonna do. The influencer of the week is Orion Terabin. He's like he probably still is like a psychologist and a therapist that, you know, worked on married couples and, you know, individuals, and he has become a red pill influencer, and he's really smart. He, you know, some of the stuff that he says is just great, you know, so if you have an opportunity, check him out, because he's, you know, a very very wise man. And book of the week is The One Thing. I think that's what it's called. It's about the damage of multitasking. How when you
can't multitask.
Yeah, like all science shows that multitasking like really
It diminishes your productivity on
Yeah.
both ends, because we don't actually multitask. We switch between task to task,
yeah,
and we don't really focus on it.
yeah, exactly. So
And that's how you make more mistakes.
yeah. So just pick one thing and stick with it until you've done a 100%, you know, job on that one thing. Then you can move on to the next one. If you try and do two things at the same time, you're, you know, at best, if you're like evenly distributing your attention, you're at best giving 50% to a task. Like you're not gonna succeed. You're not gonna do well with that type of mentality, you know. So instead, just pick one thing, stick with it, and, you know, become a master. All right. So we are living in the state of Pennsylvania. I found out Pennsylvania is the 5th most populated state in America. Did you know this?
I'm not surprised.
I'm kind of
California,
surprised. Like
Texas, New York.
maybe New Jersey or Florida, I would think.
Florida, probably.
Florida. Yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure. I didn't look up which the 4 ahead of us were, but
we have Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. They're pretty decent cities.
yeah. So, in honor of the great state of Pennsylvania, our game this week is Who's That Pennsylvanian? I'm going to describe a person that maybe you did, maybe you didn't know is a Pennsylvanian at birth, or maybe they spent like a lot of their early childhood in Pennsylvania. Maybe they like spent majority of their life in Pennsylvania. Not all of these people were born in Pennsylvania, but they're like, you know, they're Pennsylvanians nonetheless. So let's play Who's That Pennsylvanian? All right, this guy. Now here's a guy that was the GOAT.
Well, that could be anyone for you.
No, but he was the GOAT.
Is it the, well, I guess not him. Kevin Samuels.
No, it's, I don't know. Wait, no.
Literally just called him the GOAT a minute ago. So.
No, well, all right. So think of actual who is. Think of actual who is the
actual animal goat.
No. Like think of the goats.
Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Gretzky.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather.
Okay.
Um,
Think of the core sports though. It's not like no boxers,
Brady.
no what? Okay, so Tom Brady. So of Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tom Brady, and who was the other one?
I said Floyd Mayweather.
Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky.
Is it one of those 4?
And well, I guess we don't need a baseball player, but those are the goats. Those are the goats. So who used to be a goat before those guys?
Babe Ruth. Wilt Chamberlain.
I'll give you.
Joe Montana.
I'll give you it because Wilt Chamberlain.
MRD's 1117 said, F backhoes and put some socks on Chetnik.
Journey's barefoot. He's shoeless Joe Jackson. All right.
Is that who we're talking about?
Nasty. We are
I will
playing. Nasty. We're playing. Who is that Pennsylvanian? So all of these people on this list are people who either were born in Pennsylvania or spent a long period of their life in Pennsylvania and are self-identified Pennsylvanians. So I will take Wilt off the list because he was on the list, but he is not the person who I'm talking about right now, who was the GOAT.
Why give me a sport?
Oh, it's gonna make it so easy. I'll say of the 4 main sports, you mentioned his. I think is it a predecessor? You mentioned his
successor.
You mentioned his successor. Yeah.
Or what? Hockey? No. I don't even know who to go with for.
All right, so
Mario,
so just don't go with that then.
Lemieux. Basketball, we said already. Oh, well, I said Joe Montana. It's not him, right?
I don't think you did say Joe Montana. It is.
Well,
him.
I said him, I guess, while you were talking.
That is correct. It is Joe Montana. All right, on to the next one. This Pennsylvanian from the Pittsburgh area. Same sport, different position.
Ben Roethlisberger? Oh, different position, you said.
Yeah, different
Roy
position.
Palmer.
No, he's from...
James Harrison.
Nope.
Jerome Bettis.
Think about guys who played at Pittsburgh.
Oh, the university?
Yes.
Kenny Pickett.
No, different position. He was.
James Conner.
I'll take him off because he is another one on here.
Is?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But I'll take him off
Wasn't he
now.
from Pittsburgh? Like born there?
Yeah. But keep going. You're close.
Pittsburgh. Najee Harris. No, I'm still thinking NFL. I can't think of that man from Pittsburgh.
The players who played at Pittsburgh are I think Pittsburgh might be the best college for all right, yeah, obviously Alabama and Ohio State
And Georgia.
they obviously produce a higher volume, but the quality of players that come out of Pitt are fucking absurd.
I can't even think of that many.
Did I not even write James Conner on here?
Is he a new GOAT, an old GOAT?
He's not necessarily a GOAT,
Oh.
but he was very good. He was very good, and he spent, I'll say, all of college and much of his pro career in Pennsylvania. I guess I didn't write in James Conner.
I don't know.
Running back.
All I can think of is James Conner. Pittsburgh running back. Brian Westbrook.
I think he was Villanova. Westbrook.
I don't know.
I think he
throwing out Pennsylvania.
No,
players.
was he Villanova? I think he might have been Villanova.
I thought he was Temple, but I don't know.
All right, this guy played for the Eagles.
I was getting the right track. LaShawn McCoy.
That is correct.
He was a Pitt.
Yeah. All right, this guy. I hope you know this, but I could see you not being aware of this. If a player, I believe it is the best wide receiver in college, they win this award. That is correct.
That's how we talk about.
Well, yeah, it's named after Fred
Is
Biletnikoff.
Fred Biletnikoff the Pennsylvania guy?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was from there.
Yeah. All right, we're on to another Penn State player. I know you like this guy. This is not a running back.
Okay. Tyler Warren.
What did you say?
Tyler Warren. Pat Fryman. Oh wait.
You're on the right track.
Abby Titan. They have
No, but you were on the right track with one of his names, either his first or his last name.
Okay. Tyler. Pat. Is he on offense or defense?
Offense.
And he's not a tight end?
Not a tight end.
Wow. He can't be a receiver, right?
Yes, he is.
He is? What
Mhm.
receivers do they have?
Just think of the name. Think of a receiver's name, Tyler.
Tyler, Scott, Tyler. Can't think of any Tylers.
He was on a
Tyler
team.
Boyd?
That is correct.
He was Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Penn State.
No,
What?
we haven't even gotten to a Penn State
I
guy.
just sworn you said Penn State.
Nah.
I was thinking all Penn State players.
All right, this guy is actually a GOAT, and I'll give this away. Rest in peace.
Is it still football?
No.
Babe Ruth.
No.
Hank Aaron.
No.
Actually, it's Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron's still alive, I think.
Taken well before his time.
Lou Gehrig.
No, it's not. Not baseball.
Oh, is it Johnny Gaudreau?
No, I don't. I think he's from. I'm pretty sure he's from like Canada or
Probably.
something like that.
Yeah, they're both Canadian. Is it baseball?
No,
Is it basketball?
perhaps.
I guess that means yes. What basketball players did pass? I feel like I should know this.
You should. He's like probably the most popular athlete on this entire list. I mean, definitely like 100%. You know, at the like right. You know, like when he retired.
Will Chamberlain again.
No,
When he
I took him off.
retired.
Mm-hmm.
You mean when he passed?
No, he retired before he passed.
Really?
Yes, but he was still taken long before his time.
In basketball?
Yes.
Who retired early in basketball?
He didn't retire early. He was taken early. Like, he passed away early in life. But he was already retired when that occurred.
I don't know.
Fucking... There's MJ, LeBron, and...
Will?
No, I like this.
Oh, you're talking about Kobe.
Yes, that is correct. I'm not even going to give you a my man. That took way too long.
Okay.
All right, this guy's so popular right now. Everybody loves him. I think he may have just gotten...
SGA.
No, he's from Canada, I believe.
Yeah. Tyrese Halliburton?
No. This is it's a football player.
Everyone loves him right now? Saquon Barkley?
That is correct.
Everyone in Philly loves him right now.
All right, this guy... This guy's a wrestler. This one's tough. I didn't even know this.
Wrestler? Like UFC type of stuff?
Like WWE. I didn't like watch this shit, so I don't even fucking know.
The Rock?
Not The Rock.
Triple H?
No.
John Cena?
No.
Hulk Hogan?
No. You're probably doing just as good as I'd probably never get this.
Rey Mysterio?
His initials are Kurt. Oh,
Kurt Angle?
Yes, yeah.
His initials are Kurt Angle.
All right. This guy was a Formula One racer with.
What?
Oh, I could still be active. I don't really follow Formula One racing.
Actually, I don't even know any Americans who do Formula
He's
One.
got an Italian name.
Voter. Does it start with a B?
No.
Italian American Formula race. I'm probably not gonna know it. Are they part of Red Bull Racing, Mercedes?
I don't. I'll give you his initials. M.A.
Oh, Mario Andretti.
Yes. Is it Mario or Marco?
It might be Marco.
Yeah, I think it's Marco Andretti. He is a Pennsylvanian.
Wow.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, Goggles Pisano.
What?
Yo, Terry.
In the motherfucking suburbs with it. Hey, yo, Terry, fuck going on?
What we're doing right now is playing Who's That Pennsylvanian? So I'm going to describe a person who is from Pennsylvania, and you guys have to compete to tell me. He says Goggles Pisano. Who the fuck is that? Is that like a nickname or something? All
I
right.
have no idea.
I think it must be a nickname for Marco
Marco
Andretti.
Marco is Mario Andretti's grandson, who's also a racer.
Okay.
Indy 500 and stuff.
All right. This guy looks like a fucking dork.
Okay.
He was an artist.
An artist?
His
Bob Ross.
his niche his niche was pop art. That's a huge hint.
What's that guy's name? Andy Warhol?
That is
Wait,
correct.
really? We're part of Pennsylvania.
I don't know. I didn't write every single one of them down. This guy, God rest his soul, also, he was a master of...
He was
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, Goggles Pisano is from the Flintstones.
Oh, okay. I love that name. Hey, it's fucking Goggles Pisano. What's going on? Hey, whoa. All right. This guy was a master of having two different personalities. One was super crass, super vulgar, super profane, and the other was like America's dad.
I was gonna say Hell's Kitchen guy.
No, he's just an asshole.
He's an asshole.
But this guy has passed away too. This guy's passed away, and he had two completely different personalities. One,
Robin Williams.
no, that's a decent guess.
He was never an asshole though. He had personality.
It's a decent guess. Yeah, he was.
What did he do?
Like, I don't think this will give it away for you. He was a sitcom actor and a stand-up comedian.
Is he in Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Not that I know of. I don't think so. This might give it away. He was at one time the host of America's Funniest Home Videos.
I can picture a couple. I can't remember the name. Bob Saget?
Correct.
What was his asshole personality?
If you ever watch
Terrence
it,
Boyle
as a
Jr.
comedian.
said, Bob Saget?
yeah, as a stand-up comedian, his shit was so dirty, and then he would go on to Full House and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Michelle, you're so sweet," and like he was like great at both of them. All right, this guy is, I think he's known as possibly the Godfather of horror.
Stephen King.
No, I mean that's like a good guess,
Oh,
but he's from New England.
What's his name? He did like The Omen and Alfred Hitchcock.
No, I think he actually is the Godfather of horror. No, I think he might be the Godfather of suspense or something like that.
Probably.
This guy is more gory than Hitchcock. More gory than Hitchcock, but similarly as old, not quite as old as Hitchcock. He created a genre of horror, which is, I think he did, which is like, debate arguably the best genre of horror to some.
Okay, well,
In my opinion, it's the best horror genre because
that's all that matters.
I don't love most horror, but I always love these.
I like me some Alfred Hitchcock and some
Think
Twilight
about
Zone.
think about different creatures and beasts in the horror genre.
Freddy and Jason and
Okay, what other creatures are there?
Cloverfield, aliens, like from
Okay, now you're getting more onto the right track. Like there's aliens, there's vampires, there's
werewolves,
and what else?
Twilight, Frankenstein,
And what else?
the Addams Family,
Zombies.
zombies. I don't know who created zombies.
Who created Night of the Living Dead? Do you know?
I don't know.
No? Okay.
M. Night Shyamalan?
Terry, do you have any idea if you're still watching? It was, I'll just give it away, it was George Romero.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this guy played Batman once.
That's so many
time.
people. Adam West.
No,
I love Adam West though.
I do too.
And rest in peace.
It is not Adam West, though.
Val Kilmer. Can't even think of any others. Do you have any other clues?
They...
Old Batman, new Batman.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said. Michael Keaton.
That
Greg
is-
Williams Jr. said. See ya in 2 weeks.
That is correct. Wait,
Oh.
see you in 2 weeks. Did we have something on the books? I'm happy to have you. I think we did have something on. Oh yeah, we said Juneteenth. Yeah, yeah. Greg's coming on for Juneteenth.
I have plans for June.
Do you? Okay.
Well, that's Saturday, isn't it? The 19th?
Well, yeah, the Friday of
Okay,
Juneteenth.
I think I'm only Saturday.
Okay. All right, but that is correct.
Greg
It was.
Williams Jr. said. Racist.
No, wait. Is he calling me or you racist?
I don't know. I'm literally hanging out with black people on Juneteenth. Like,
This racism is killing me inside.
Greg, if you're just tuning in, we're playing Name That Pennsylvanian. So I'm describing people who are either born in Pennsylvania or lived most of their lives in Pennsylvania, and you guys are tasked with naming that Pennsylvanian. This next one made a career out of tormenting his mother and father.
what? What could that even be? Like a show?
He had a show. He was part of another show. He made movies. He was like an extreme sportist,
Sport?
an extreme athlete.
And he tortured his parents?
Not like literally
Well, yeah,
tortured them,
figuratively.
but like he tormented
Terrence
them.
Boyle Jr. said. Me. Terrence Boyle Jr. said. That's not me.
Extreme athlete.
Tony Hawk?
You're getting close. He had a show. It was on MTV.
I'll watch it.
Um,
Only thing I know is like Jersey Shore.
he had a lot of really stupid tattoos. All of the guys in his crew had
Oh,
really.
this Jackass?
You're getting there.
I'm friends with Acuna, Jason Acuna, Wee Man.
Terrence
but-
Boyle Jr. said. Bam Margera.
That is correct. All right, these guys, these guys were listed last week when we were talking about.
He torments his parents.
Oh yeah, dude.
Would he
Fucking
like bring them on there too or something?
no, like he would like bust into the room and like play heavy metal and shit like that. All right, these guys mentioned them last week when we were talking about who's that whitey.
All enough.
That is correct.
You just put him on again.
They're from Pennsylvania.
I mean, yeah.
All right, this guy is debatably the first openly gay NFL athlete.
Michael Orr.
No, because I don't think he ever. Did he ever? Well, first of all, he was openly gay.
I thought he.
Greg
he
Williams
was literally
Jr.
the first, wasn't
said,
he?
Michael Sama.
Oh, Michael Sam.
All right, this guy made it onto rosters.
Weren't they both on rosters?
All right, this guy made it into the starting
Okay.
lineup at times. He was not like a Hall of Famer or anything, but he definitely like played snaps, recorded like actual midseason stats and shit like that. He wasn't just a novelty.
Like a defensive player, though, right?
That is correct. He was white.
He was white. Okay.
I'll
Greg
tell.
Williams Jr. said, oh, Tony Romo.
He's not defense.
This guy, I believe, played. I know he played for the Bucks. I'm pretty sure he played for the Browns. Think he was drafted by the Browns. Not sure of any other teams he's been on, but probably has been on some other teams. But I know for sure Bucks and the Browns. Defensive player, white, first openly gay NFL player to like be a like contributing member of a team.
Okay.
Initials are CN. Defensive end.
Carl Nassib?
Correct.
He's gay?
Yeah.
Wow.
He came out like a little bit after in his career. Like he didn't come out like in the draft or anything like that. All right, this guy, like when you think of like
It's funny that my first thought was Carl for C, but I don't know why.
all right, this guy, I'm not sure. I think this one's just hard to like beat around the bush. He's such a
Greg Williams Jr. said, Carl Nassib, more like Carl and Acid.
this guy, I'm not even going to beat around the bush. Founding father.
Founding father of like America, or what are we talking about? And wait, what's we're just naming a Pennsylvanian?
Yeah.
William Penn?
I'll take him off the list. He is also on this list.
Thomas Jefferson?
Nope.
George Washington?
Nope.
Alexander Hamilton?
No.
What? These are founding fathers. What do you mean?
They are, but
John Hancock?
no. Chat, you guys have any ideas? Like, come on. I feel like this is the most blatantly obvious one on the entire list, actually.
Founding fathers?
Founding father.
It's not William Penn?
It's not. I did have William Penn on the list, but I don't think
Greg
he.
Williams Jr. said, Washington. Terrence Boyle Jr. said, Donald Trump.
Come on, guys.
I messed up Benjamin Franklin. He's not.
How dare you?
Wait, what'd you say? You said?
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, dude. He's like so notably a Philadelphian that like.
Well, yeah, but
There's like fucking a million landmarks in Philadelphia named after him. Maybe he wasn't born in Philadelphia, but he like absolutely spent the majority of his life in Philadelphia.
Born in Boston.
Okay. All right.
Milk Street. What?
This lady, I could see you loving her.
Why?
She was in Mean Girls.
Mean Girl? Lindsay Lohan?
No.
I don't think I know anyone else. Or at least the name.
Does not exist.
There's actually two women on this list that were in Mean Girls and are from Pennsylvania. This is the more notable one. She's a brunette. I think she's got brown eyes. She's like she was pretty cute, especially in her youth. She's like, you know, getting a little bit up there in the age now, but she's still an attractive lady.
I don't know the names of it.
White.
Well, they were like all white in Mean Girls.
She's like, I suppose you would call her a comedian, but like not like a stand-up comedian, like a sketch comic.
Okay, like SNL type stuff.
Yes. You're so close.
I don't know.
Who are like the most notable women in Saturday Night Live?
Amy Poehler. Can't think of any names. I can think of faces. I just can't think of names.
30.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said Tina
Oh,
Fey.
That is correct.
She was in Mean Girls?
Greg
Yeah.
Williams Jr. said Tina Tay.
She was like the literal next one I was thinking of because she was with Amy Poehler.
Oh, here's James Conner. Well, we already got James Conner. All right, this guy, I believe catcher. I want to say catcher.
Okay. You don't know?
I'm pretty sure, like, but I could be wrong.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "Damn you, slow
Yo,
Gladys."
she's a slow old bitch. You gotta wait for her. I mean, don't take catcher because I'm probably wrong. A baseball player though.
Okay.
I believe played majority of his career in New York. He's
The
a
Yankees or the Mets?
he's a Guido.
Probably the Yankees. Giancarlo Stanton?
It is not a Yankee.
No? So it's a Met. Mike Piazza?
Correct.
Well, he definitely is a catcher.
Okay, he is a catcher?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like one of the most well-known catchers.
All right, this coach still active
In what? Baseball?
in the NFL.
Mike Tomlin.
He is white.
Not Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh.
He was
Bill Belichick?
No, see, I don't know if I want to give. All right, he has changed teams.
Nick Sirianni?
No, he has been a head coach for 2 different teams.
Andy Reid?
No,
what's the Lions coach? Well, he's not head coach of 2 teams.
yeah. I could give it away. I don't know if I really want to though. He. You got one of the names right.
What, Sean?
Think about a coach on his second team.
I'm trying.
Coaches out west. Used to coach back east.
Well, it's not Niners, not Rams. Oh, no. That's not Seahawks. Who's the Cardinals?
That's
not
Gannon, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
Gannon.
He's his first year too. Chargers. I don't know. There's this.
It's Harbaugh. It's not him.
Wait, Harbaugh's with the Chargers now? Oh.
Yeah.
Raiders.
I don't even know who that is. It's not him.
Colorado, Denver. Sean Payton.
Correct. All right, this player was coached by Sean Payton.
Drew Brees.
Not Drew Brees.
Michael Thomas.
I think this guy might have been one of the most underrated players of his time.
Marquise Colston.
That is correct. I didn't know this. I
said
didn't
it
know
right
he was a
after my
Pennsylvanian, and it makes me love him more.
What part? Philly?
I don't know. I
Oh.
didn't record all that. All right, this coach. I believe this coach won multiple Super
He's
Bowls.
from Harrisburg.
Okay.
Huh.
I believe this coach won multiple Super Bowls.
Okay.
I want to say he had a mustache. I could be wrong about that, but I think he had a mustache.
Is this like an older coach?
Yeah, we're talking like the early 2000s when he won his Super Bowls. Maybe even
And
the
it's not
super
Belichick?
late 90s.
Bill Parcells.
No. You had one name right.
Bill.
Bill is like the ultimate coach's name. There's like 4 like Hall of Fame Bills.
Bill. Oh my God. Who did he coach? Pittsburgh? Denver? Giants?
Well, who coached Pittsburgh? This is a huge.
No, but
Who coached after him?
I can picture him now too. Why can't I think of his name?
It's Bill.
It's Bill. There we go. It's Smart Bill. I
Logical. It's not Bill.
shit. What is his name? Bill Cowher.
Correct.
Logical. It's not Bill.
All right, this guy. I'm pretty sure, like, once Ray Lewis retired, he was the fucking best in the NFL for a little bit of time. The Eagles might even have picked him up in like his last year. I don't think so though.
Rick M. said, "Hello, gentlemen."
Hey Rick, if you're just tuning in, we are playing Who's That Pennsylvanian? So we're talking about a middle linebacker who, upon Ray Lewis's he was a safety. Upon Ray Lewis's retirement, this middle linebacker was like the best. He's a Pennsylvanian, went to Penn State.
Rick M. said, "Trotter."
No. Ray Lewis played longer.
Rick M. said, "Oh no."
We're freezing up.
Rick M. said, "Not Trotter."
Yeah. This guy graduated from Penn State, white.
It's not Urlacher?
And it's not Urlacher.
I don't know where you went.
I don't either. He's got like, it's probably like a Polish name or something like that.
Matakevich was in
He
it.
was Temple,
And he
but
was Temple,
but no. I mean, this guy was actually like the best in the game, not like Matakevich level. Like he was
the best linebacker.
Yeah, like he was putting up like 150, 200. Who?
Luke Kuechly?
Very similar, but no. I believe he's from Boston College.
It's not Zach Cunningham.
No, he's white. This guy's white.
Yeah.
Rick M. said, "The best LB in the game after Ray Ray. HNNN."
I'll give you a hint. His initials were
What are you gonna say? Initials?
PP. His initials were PP.
I feel like I should definitely know this now. Peppers. Patrick. Is he a nine now?
This is gonna give it away. All right, played for the Jaguars for majority of his career.
Jaguars. Is that a good linebacker?
Rick M. said, "He played for the Birds."
I'm probably wrong about that. I think I'm wrong about that.
What, you said he played for the Birds?
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "Polasny."
That is correct.
Oh, Clark.
Paul Posluszny, dude.
I
Fucking
forgot about
goat.
him.
All right, this guy. There was a movie
I
about
forgot
him.
you said Polish name too.
There was a movie about him. I believe it was a Disney movie. Running back, Browns.
Very running back Browns, and there was a movie about him.
Rip M said, "Oh no way, I would never get that one." Rip M said, "Brian Piccolo." Rip M said, "Brain Song."
I've never seen that one. No, this was I could be wrong about it being a Disney movie, but I think there was a Disney movie about this running back for the Browns from Pennsylvania, and it's not Jim Brown. I think
Peyton Hillis.
I think this person might have passed away from like something serious, like a brain tumor or something like that, or like I don't know.
So is he an older one then?
Yeah, he was from like the time when like racism was still well and good in college sports, and I think he played at Syracuse if I'm not mistaken.
That definitely doesn't help.
Played for Syracuse and took them down probably to like the Cotton Bowl in Texas or something, and they were like horrible to him.
Oh, is he in Forrest Gump?
No, I don't. Nick initials ED.
Eric Dickerson?
No, that's a good guess.
I mean, he wasn't a Brown though, or
Yeah.
any of that. Just the same initials.
ED.
I don't know.
I'll give the chat like one more second.
Come on, chat, look it up.
1 eternity later.
Ernie Davis. It was Ernie
Oh,
Davis, the Express.
Ernie?
All right. I'll let this come in and then I'll go to the next one.
Rip M said, "I am stung."
All right, this guy, I mean,
Oh, he's
fucking,
only 23?
wow, jeez, when he passed away.
Yeah.
All right, what was it from? Was it like leukemia or something?
I didn't
Okay. The Chicago Bears have had a long list of phenomenal linebackers and phenomenal coaches. This guy was one of them.
Was a coach or a linebacker? What was Mike Ditka?
Correct. Oh shit. This guy, fucking, I mean, probably, I think he was the football player, the best. I think probably.
He died of acute monocytic leukemia.
Wait, Gladys is.
Rip M said, "Ditka was a tight end."
Sorry about that. I'm wrong. All right, but this guy, I know this guy's position, and I think this guy.
He was one of them. He didn't say it was both.
This guy is the. I think it's almost beyond debate the best at his position, the best to ever play his position. Went to Pitt.
For football?
Yes.
James Conner.
No.
TJ Watt?
No, he went to Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Is it a linebacker?
It is a defensive player.
Is it a safety?
No.
Where did Minka was? Where was he?
Alabama, I believe.
Yeah, of course, it's Alabama.
Rip M said, "What position?"
Defensive, somewhere on the defensive line.
Well, was it Aaron Donald?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
And then yeah, I mean that's no question.
All right, stand-up comedian.
I don't even know that many. Bill Burr.
No, he's from Boston and New York City. I think he's from Boston and spent a lot of time.
Dicky.
Speak. Oh wait, I'll let Gladys
he
say
on
this.
there?
Ripon said, "Speak louder, Chernie. I got old ears."
All right, this stand-up comedian, I believe he's from Philly, black.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "Yes, please speak up or get closer to the mic."
This stand-up comedian from Philly, black. He was in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
I'm gonna say Dave Chappelle.
No.
You said he's from Philly?
Yes.
Kevin Hart?
Correct.
Oh.
Okay. This guy.
This guy.
This guy.
Patrick Mahomes.
In fucking. Now here's a guy in fucking Madden.
Ripon said, "Kevin the midget."
In Madden, I made this guy into a fucking tank, but naturally he was not quite that good in real life. Played 2 different positions. Black.
Is Travis Hunter in that?
No.
Jabril Peppers.
He played 2 different offensive positions, and he actually, I think he had 1 year where he had 1 year for, I think it was the Browns, where he was actually really
Curtis Samuel.
good. No. Think black, tall,
Daryl Patterson.
no. Black, tall, skinny. Quarterback, wide receiver.
Oh.
I think he had 1 year where for the Browns where he was actually like legit. He might have even been.
He played for Navy, right?
Not that I know of, but I don't know where he went to college.
He played quarterback and receiver.
Initials TP.
Tyler Perry.
Hello.
Toilet paper. Why can't I think of anyone?
Ripon said, "Terry Bradshaw."
P, not P.
I don't think I have Terry Bradshaw on here. It is not Terry Bradshaw. That's a good guess.
Well, he's a newer player, right?
Yeah, he's black.
Ripon said, "F me."
You want me to give it away?
Sure.
Terrell Pryor.
Oh right, I forgot about him.
What am I wrong? Am I wrong? There was was 1 year where he was like really
Ripon
fucking good with
said,
the Browns.
Terry Ice Black."
All right.
He was Ohio State. You don't remember that?
Okay. Yes, I do. All right. This actor is like the face of Philadelphia. Actor.
Robin Williams.
Still alive, white. Everybody knows him.
Bradley Cooper.
Correct. All right, this guy is kind of regarded as, in my opinion, not a GOAT, but he's regarded as like the best quarterback who never won a Super Bowl.
Jim Kelly.
He is on this list from Pennsylvania, actually, so I'll take him off later. That's not who. That's a good guess, though, but it is not him.
Michael Vick.
No, think like bona fide. He graduated from Pitt. He was regarded as a party boy.
Phil Rivers. He was regarded as a party boy?
Rick got this.
Ripon said, "Marino went to Pitt."
That is correct. Dan Marino. This guy, punter.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, "Dan Marino."
Correct.
McAfee.
Correct. He's like the most notable punter. All right, here's another actor. Here's an actor like pretty much like regarded as like the second most notable Philadelphia actor.
I feel like I know it, but I can't think of it.
He was in like Whiplash, I think.
I have to see him.
I gotta show you Whiplash. He was in Whiplash. He was in. I think he was in that movie like 21 maybe, or Now You See Me, or one of those like heist casino movies.
Ocean's 11.
He was in War Dogs, I think.
Yeah, none of you are helping.
He was, I think that's like all the movies that I recognize him from. Initials MT.
M.T. Mark. Mario. Martin. Is he Italian?
Don't believe so.
I don't know.
All right, I'll just give it away because everyone seems stumped. Miles Teller.
Who's Miles Teller?
If you like saw a picture of him,
Like
Yeah.
Penn Teller?
all right. So you just got the next one. Teller is from Pennsylvania as
What, the
well.
guy from Penn Teller?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Said,
Wow.
I don't know current actors.
All right, this guy graduated. This is gonna give it away. Graduated from Delaware.
The University of Delaware?
He's a blue hen. All right. This guy's a blue hen.
I think I know anyone out of Delaware.
Won a Super Bowl.
What?
Only
Warner?
blue hen. Who?
Kurt Warner?
No.
I don't. Who came out of Delaware?
Kurt Warner, I think, is like Southern Missouri State or something like that. Southern Mississippi State or something.
Rip Van said, that Browns QB.
That is probably correct, I believe.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said, Flacco.
That
Rip
is
Van
correct.
said, Flacco?
Yep. All right, this guy, billionaire. There's a college in Pittsburgh named after him. Actually,
Carnegie Mellon?
that is both of them are Pennsylvanians. You just got them correct. What are their first names? Do you know?
Wait, I thought the guy's name was Carnegie
No, that was named after blank Carnegie and blank Mellon.
Mellon.
It's yeah. Well, do you know Carnegie's name?
Terrence Boyle
Yeah,
Jr. said,
he's
Carnegie.
a railroad-
Rip Van
railroad
said,
guy.
Andrew.
That's correct. Andrew Carnegie and Andrew Mellon, I think it was.
Wait, they're both Andrews?
I think so, yeah. All right, this guy was a fucking lockdown, dude. No one was getting off of his coverage.
Darrell Reeves.
That is correct.
I said him earlier, too.
All right, this guy's a fucking cuck.
What?
Fucking cuck.
Okay.
He's a
I
cuck.
don't
He
know.
engages in cuckoldry.
I have no idea.
You gotta know. He's like the most famous
The
cuck.
most famous guy. I don't. What?
He's such a famous cuck. I have his soundbite. Fuck my wife.
What?
Get my wife's twat out of your mouth.
Oh, Ben Shapiro. Wait.
No.
Will Smith. Is he
Oh,
actually,
right.
like,
Rip Van
literally a
said,
cuck?
cut by a really bad fruit.
Will Smith.
He's actually a cuck? Or you just call him a cuck?
Our definitions of cuck are different. You think that it needs to be someone who derives sexual pleasure from watching their wife get
Yeah.
penetrated by another man. I think that it's anyone who condones their wife getting plowed by somebody else and doesn't do anything to stop it. Like that's
His
just
wife
as much.
doing that?
His wife was doing that.
Wow.
Maybe probably is still doing it. Like once a cuck, always a cuck. All right, this woman is like a fucking superstar.
Okay.
Like a fucking
Taylor Swift.
yes, correct. This. Oh,
Huh? Pink. That's another one, yeah.
yep.
Rip
I'm
Van
taking it off the
said,
list.
Pink.
All right, this quarterback from the Philadelphia area.
PJ Walker.
No, I didn't have PJ Walker on here.
That's your favorite guy.
This guy's white.
Uh,
I believe finally
Kenny
retired.
Pickett.
I believe finally retired, but I could be wrong.
Carson Wentz. I
No,
don't
he's
think
from
he's
North
retired.
Dakota.
Oh, you're talking about the college? Or the...
Well,
I mean, he might have been in North Dakota.
I don't know where this quarterback went to college, but I don't think it's in. Oh wait, no, I do know. He went to Boston College.
White quarterback?
White quarterback, Boston College from the Philadelphia area.
Doug Flutie?
I believe he is now retired, but I could be wrong about that. He, as of last year, I think he was still an active.
Boston College quarterback. Like, was he a starter?
Yeah, he lost the Super Bowl, never won one.
And lost one or lost multiple?
Lost one Super Bowl in iconic fashion. That should give
Matt
it a
Ryan.
Correct.
I forgot about that.
All right, this was a
He's been retired
safety.
for a few years now.
I could see this one being too hard, but let's see if the chat's able to get it, or you. He was a safety for Peyton Manning, and he was like a really hard hitter. He was like,
You mean he was on the same team as him? Or
yeah, he was an elite safety.
is he a Colt then? Or is he
Yeah, a Colt.
from,
Back when like there was Ed Reed, there was Troy Polamalu, there was
Yeah.
Brian Dawkins, there was
I feel like I know this, but I can't think of the name.
trying to think of other safeties. Those were like the three big safeties, and then this guy was like the top of tier 2 of safeties in that era. Probably not going to go to the Hall of Fame, but like I wouldn't be like outraged to see him make it into the Hall of Fame, but probably not a Hall of Fame worthy player.
I can't think of it.
Okay, I think I'm just gonna give this away in like 3 seconds.
One eternity later.
Bob Sanders.
Oh,
This guy was a president.
this guy was a
Wait.
Rick M. said, Denver had a big safety then also. I can't remember him.
Denver. Denver.
I feel like Pennsylvania had a few presidents, didn't they? They're mostly Ohio.
There are 2 presidents on this list.
And are they newer or older?
One person I could have swore was like a
Rick
Delawarean.
M. said, Buchanan.
Buchanan is not the one I'm talking about, but I'll take him off the list because
He was one? Wow.
James Buchanan is
He's like
one.
of the worst.
Fucking Mr. Mutton Chops.
Rover Cleveland.
Rick M. said, Ike lived in Gettysburg.
Okay.
Ike.
Ike. Wait, who's Ike?
We like Ike.
Is that Buchanan?
Dwight Eisenhower, I believe.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
Well, all right,
Rick
everyone.
M. said, Biden was born in Pennsy.
That is correct.
All right. Forgot about that. Being in Pennsylvania. He's from the Little League World Series area, right?
All right,
Williamsport.
I think this guy was of Native American descent. I could be wrong about that. There's a town named after him. He is like absolutely Hall of Fame. What is it called? Is it called post-mortem when a player gets?
Rick M.
Died?
said, Thorpe.
That is correct.
What was it?
Jim
Rick
Thorpe.
M. said, Jim Thorpe.
All right,
Why were
this
you talking about post-mortem?
because
When he died.
yeah, like because when he was alive, Jim Thorpe had like no accolades. Like they didn't respect Jim Thorpe at all because of his heritage, and then he passed away, and they finally like got over all the racism and recognized him as like one of the greatest football
Yeah.
players that ever played up to that point. This running back never won a Super Bowl, but played in a Super Bowl. Black was
What did you
like
say he was a running back?
running back, never won a Super Bowl.
Very same.
Rick M. said, they took away his gold medals.
Okay.
Jim Thorpe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was like a multi-level athlete.
Yeah. He was like fucking
He was
the
dope.
guy back in
He
those
was
days.
the
He-
Bo Jackson
Yeah.
before Bo Jackson.
Yeah. All right. This running back was like an elite level running back. Lost a Super Bowl.
Eric Dickerson.
That's a good guess. I think he might have even played. No, he
Emmitt
did.
Smith.
No. I mean, Emmitt Smith definitely won Super Bowls. Initials E.G.
Adrian Dean? Wait. E.G.
E.G.
Eddie. E.G. Burn.
This might give it away. Played for the Tennessee Titans.
Chris Johnson. But wait,
No,
Who's
E.G.
for the Titans?
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is E.G. for the Titans?
Unless I'm wrong, and it was like the Houston Oilers, but I don't. May have even played for the Houston Oilers and the Titans, but like back
So he's like an older one.
somewhat older, but like definitely from the color era.
I don't remember anyone on the Oilers.
Surprise! I don't think it's Oilers. I'm pretty positive I
Terrence
am
Boyle Jr. said.
Oh,
Eddie George.
correct.
I think he did play for the Oilers.
All right, this actor was in the Mothman Prophecies. He was also a John, and he bought himself a pretty little
Rick
whore.
said. Nice Terrence.
He bought himself a pretty little whore, and he had his fun with her. He used her for her holes, and then he should have discarded her, like the whore that she was, but he ended up putting a ring on her finger. He saved that hoe.
Forrest Gump?
No. Like I'm not even being extra. Like she was an actual whore. He was an actual John who paid her for her time.
And what is he, an actor or something?
He's an actor. I'm talking about obviously in a movie that he played. He didn't do, to my knowledge, he didn't buy a real whore. But in a movie, he bought a whore and then he saved her from walking the streets like a good little simp.
What was it, 30 games?
Rick said. True Romance.
Good guess, but no. A more popular.
Rick said. Richard Gere.
Correct.
What movie?
Pretty Woman.
Oh.
All right. This is. I wouldn't be surprised if nobody here knows who this person is. I know her by face, but I don't know. I would never know who she is if I heard her name. She was in Ted 2. She was in Mean Girls as well. She was in. No, Mila Kunis is not in Ted 2.
Terrence Boyle Jr. said. Way to go, Rick.
This girl takes Mila Kunis' place in.
Mila Kunis is better.
True, but this girl's name was Sam Jackson in Ted 2. She was in Time. She was in Alpha Dog. She was in Mean Girls, and that's all that I recognize her from. I'm gonna give you guys like a second. If you guys are probably stumped, wouldn't have no. Her name is Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, I know her. I could have. I know that name, but she took over. She's pretty attractive too.
Yeah, I love her.
All
right, this quarterback, I want to say played in Baltimore. May have also played in Indy. That's a huge.
So for the Baltimore Colts or the Baltimore Ravens? Johnny Unitas?
Correct. All right, this is a basketball player. Initials RW. I believe played for the Portland Trailblazers. Might have played for the Detroit Pistons.
Wallace?
What's his first name?
I'm thinking of Ben Wallace, but what's the other
Yeah,
Wallace?
I'm probably wrong
Eddie
about.
Wallace?
You're so close.
Rick
Richard
said.
Wallace.
Did he play in the Big Five?
What'd you say?
Richard Wallace?
No.
Now I'm thinking of Richard Hamilton. Rasheed Wallace.
Correct. Play in the Big Five. What is the big? Is that the Philadelphia? What's the Big Five? I don't even know what that is. All right, this stand-up comedian.
Wasn't Michigan called the Big Five?
I don't know. Maybe
Like the basketball team when they had Chris Webber and then those other four that were really good that I can't think of the names of.
this
Oh, the Big Five schools: Temple, Villanova, Penn State.
he probably did,
said,
yeah.
Yeah, Temple Villanova, etc.
All right, this guy. Now here's a guy who portrayed this fun-loving family man. Behind closed doors, he was fucking up a storm, and he was not necessarily obtaining consent to do it. Correct. All right, this guy is an owner.
An owner?
I'll wait for this to come in. This one
said Cosby. Ripon said drug on Cosby.
I would doubt that you guys even know who these people are. But I'll just say the owner of the Steelers and the owner of the Ravens are both Pennsylvanians. Do you guys know their names?
No.
I'll give
Ripon
Chad a second.
said Rooney.
Rooney is one. Art Rooney. Art Rooney
Which one's
Jr.
he?
The Steelers.
Ripon said Al Davis.
No, this guy's a fellow Guido. He's got an Italian name. He's a fucking knucklehead. I think he's like I don't know I don't know how he made his fortune. I think it was like some type of like technology he founded. I'll give you guys a second, but I wouldn't be surprised if no one gets this.
One eternity later.
Stevie Bisciotti, hey, whoa, he's a fucking Guido, he's a good guy, a good wise guy. All right, this guy has a brokerage, a trading brokerage named after him. He was quoted as saying his greatest asset that he ever had was his smile.
Okay.
He brokeraged a deal between like I don't know, like J.P. Morgan and like Carnegie or like Vanderbilt. And he was one of their like right hand men back in the day, and I think he might have founded like the U.S. Pacific Railroad or so. He was like instrumental in the steel industry back in the 1800s.
Watson.
No, he has a trading brokerage named after him.
Bristol Myers Squibb. What's that big one that I can't think of right now?
There was a stadium in Omaha named after it.
A stadium in Omaha?
Yep.
What
was that baseball field named?
I don't remember.
It's like the third biggest brokerage, like behind Vanguard and
Fidelity.
Yeah, not Vanguard, not Fidelity, not SoFi.
I don't think SoFi's that good.
No, yeah, but not Robinhood, but initials CS.
Ripon said Murray's Bail Bonds and Brokerage Company.
All right.
One eternity later.
Ripon said Schwab.
That is correct. Charles
That's
Schwab.
the one I kept trying to think of, but I couldn't.
This one, fucking Jalapeño hates this guy.
Okay.
Do you know where Jalapeño's from?
No.
We visited him for Peanuts. Bachelor party. What state was that? Well, what state did we go to?
Louisiana. North Carolina.
Yes. This guy's an owner for a Carolina team.
What, the Panthers?
Do you know what their owner's name is?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Care about owners.
Yeah, I don't really know shit about this guy, but his name is Dave Tepper, and Jalapeño hates him. All right, this guy's a junior. I think I think both senior and junior are from Pennsylvania, but I only mentioned junior because junior's better.
Ken Griffey.
Correct.
Really?
Yep. This guy, oh my god, once again, did a lot of fucking, did not wait until consent was obtained.
Ben Roethlisberger?
No. He got consent. She was just fucking, she snuck into a club, like underage, and, he brutalized her snatch. No, this guy was much more,
Do we have anything else about him?
Penn State.
What, is he a player? Like a football
He was like
player
a
now?
coach.
Oh, Jerry Sandusky.
Correct. All right, this guy.
That's even worse.
This guy, bona fide Hall of Famer, probably like top 5 of his position of all time. From the Philadelphia area. I think he might have even been. No, I think he might have been shot or shot somebody. He was. How could I say this without giving it away?
You say he's top 5 at his position or at his sport?
At his position, maybe. No, I wouldn't. It's just he plays football.
Okay, yeah.
Top 5 football.
Larry Fitzgerald. Mike Evans.
No, I don't think. I think Larry's actually not.
He went to Pitt too, didn't he?
Yeah, but I think he was from somewhere else, like close by though. He's from the area, but not a Pennsylvanian. You're on the right track though.
AJ Green.
No,
Chad
much better than AJ
Ochocinco.
Green. Much better than Chad
Antonio
Ochocinco.
Brown.
Much better than.
What?
I mean, like.
You're gonna say much better than Antonio Brown?
I mean, because Antonio Brown didn't. I don't think Antonio Brown's a Hall of Famer.
He was like a number 1 overall pick for like 5 straight years in fantasy draft.
Like this guy.
Calvin Johnson.
No, he's from Georgia. This guy, I don't know where he went to college, but I could
Jerry Rice.
No. I don't know where Jerry Rice is from. I don't know.
Well, he said top 5. You would have said number 1 if it was Jerry Rice. Michael Thomas.
Initials. This is gonna give it away. M.H.
Marvin Harrison.
Correct. All right. This guy. You probably don't know his first name, but
Rip M. said, "Did Jerry Sandusky rape him?"
Jesus. This guy. Now here's a guy known for ketchup.
Okay, Heinz.
Yeah, do you know his first name? Probably not.
I don't know, but I own his stock.
Do you? You do?
Yeah.
I wanted to
got
ask
the
you.
dividend.
Are you still holding on to SQQQ?
No.
Oh, okay, good. Do you? If you don't, it's fine. Do you feel? Wait, I'll let this come in.
Rip M. said, "John Hines."
Is it like Mike or something? What is his first name?
HJ. So
Oh,
I don't
it's
know.
just like initials.
Yeah. So
Howard.
do you feel like disclosing how much you lost? If you don't, I
It's
totally
like
understand.
4,000.
Okay, that's nothing compared to me. All right.
Henry J. Hines.
I highly doubt anyone's gonna get this. This guy killed. Well, it is alleged that this guy killed Jimmy Hoffa. He was played by Robert De Niro in a movie.
Al
No.
I forgot who that
I'll even like give his. I'll give his like first name. His first name was Frank.
Frank Esposito.
Rip M. said, "You paint house."
Yep. That's him. Wait.
What does that mean?
Um,
House?
it's like a mob term. Like I love how mob people speak so cryptically.
Rip M. said, "Irishman."
Yeah, it's Frank the Irishman Sheeran.
Sheeran. like Ed Sheeran?
Yeah. What they say, like, I love how cryptic mobsters are when they talk. I have it in here somewhere, but maybe I deleted it. I probably did.
And then added 3 others.
Yeah, I have so much Irishman shit in here. Like, I love this one.
So you dress for me? And this is how you dress in Florida? In a suit? For me? Anywhere. Florida, Timbuktu, I dress in a suit.
Okay. Everyone talks about, like, the 5 degrees of this guy when they're, like, playing that game.
Kevin Bacon.
Correct, yeah.
That was 7 degrees.
Whatever it is. This guy was a defensive end,
Ryan McMullen said, "Mix are the goats."
They are. This guy,
Isn't that, like, derogatory?
yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah,
no,
whatever.
like nobody gives a shit about fucking Italians and Irishmen. Like, they only care
I thought
about
you would.
no, they only care about Hispanics. They care about Asians, and they care about blacks. But you can use any type of derogatory and Jews, yeah. But you could use any type of derogatory lingo that you want. You could say mix. You could say Dagos. You could say Guidos. You could say what do I always talk about wops, like.
Rick M. said, "What does mix stand for in Ireland?"
Is this a joke?
Right?
Tell me, what does mix stand for in Ireland?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Are you gonna tell? I
Rick
hope you.
M. said, "Son of."
What?
So, oh, okay, yeah.
Son of Nick?
So that's not a joke. It's like, yeah.
Oh.
So like Rye would be son of Mullen or something like that. This guy played for the Steelers, and I guess he also must have been from Pennsylvania. Defensive end / defensive tackle, kind of just like a interior exterior lineman.
You said he went to Pitt University?
I didn't know. He played for the Steelers. I don't know
Oh.
where he went. He might have gone to.
TJ Watt.
No.
Defensive end.
Why
Wow,
did
they
I-
have so many good ones too. Can't think of any of them.
I'll give it away because this one's hard. Rye, I hope you're still watching. Rye, if you're still here, Rye, let me know. Lil Wayne, on this next guy, Lil Wayne is quoted to say, "Beat the pussy up, call me." And Rye, by the way, we're playing Who's That Pennsylvanian? Beat the pussy up, call me.
Ryan McMullen said, "Yo." Ryan McMullen said, "Larry Holmes."
Correct.
Who's Larry Holmes?
He was a boxer. This next Pennsylvanian's a boxer as well.
What was the defensive end?
Cameron Hayward.
Oh. Didn't
This-
the Eagles have him for a year?
I don't believe
Or
so.
no?
I think he
I'm
retired
probably
a
getting
Steeler.
it wrong.
This guy is a boxer, not Tyson, not Larry
Holyfield.
Holmes,
Vander Holyfield.
not Evander
Not
Holyfield,
Muhammad Ali.
not Muhammad Ali, not Joe Frazier, not Joe Lewis, but
George Foreman.
Ryan McMullen said, "Floyd."
not Floyd Money Mayweather, no.
George Foreman.
Initials are B.H.
Rick M.
B.H.
said, "Right."
Um,
Ryan McMullen said, "Hopkins."
That is correct. Bernard Hopkins.
Ah.
All right, this guy, we got another Larry here. Oh, you're talking about Larry.
Fitzgerald.
Not Larry Fitzgerald, though.
Larry David.
Not Larry David. I think he's from New York, Larry David. And Larry Fitzgerald, I think he might be from, like, I don't know, Minnesota or something like that, but he spent, like, most of his adult life in, like, I would even be fine calling Larry Fitzgerald a Pennsylvanian, but this guy, Penn State running back, I believe played most of his career for the Chiefs.
Oh, wait. I think Priest Holmes. But who? Larry.
He's a Larry.
Oh, Larry Johnson. Or
Correct. Larry Johnson. All right, this guy, this is so fucking obvious. But I don't know if you're going to be able to tell me his first name.
okay.
He's a chocolate brother.
Sorry. That's all you're giving me?
Yeah.
Oh, like he invented chocolate?
Yeah.
What is
Yeah, I knew you weren't going to know.
Jim?
Um,
John? Bill?
M.
Mark? Oh, wait, no, not Mars. Matthews.
I'll just give it away.
Miles Hershey?
It is Milton Hershey.
Milton. Oh,
Rickon
yeah. I
said,
did know
Milton
that.
Hershey.
I should have given Chad a second.
Mhm.
Good job, Rick.
Oh, my man.
This was a girl. I think she was big boned.
Oh.
Oh, you can't, Kevin. You can't say that. I'm big breasted. You ain't, ma'am. You're not 50 pounds of boob. All right, you're obese. You're not big breasted. She was black. She was big.
Aretha Franklin.
No, wait. Actually, she wasn't that. No, she wasn't that big.
Rickon
Actually,
said, Mary stoop and take it.
she wasn't that big. Actually,
Tina Turner?
no, she was not that.
What is she? Is a singer?
A singer. She is still alive, 81 years old.
Wow.
R&B singer and an actress.
And she's big. and
She's
black?
referred to as the godmother of soul.
So is Motown or Atlantic? Wait, yeah, Motown, right? I don't know.
Nickname or initials PL.
PL. Can't even think of any PL.
Chat.
Patricia.
Close.
Tree.
You're on at the start.
Rickon said, I got nothing.
It is Patti LaBelle.
Patty.
Okay.
Heard of her. But I
This
don't know.
girl, she's affiliated with Taylor Swift. And her music's pretty catchy. But she looks like a fucking actual Barbie doll. Like she looks like she's a, like an 18 or 19 or 20-year-old, plastic doll.
I have no idea.
Mhm.
What?
Like think of,
She is sing?
yeah, she's a singer. Think of,
Ryan McMullen said, Lizzo.
this girl's white. She's like pasty white. White as this fucking whiteboard.
Ariana Grande.
And she's just as shiny as this whiteboard because she's so plastic.
Okay.
Her music's like, she's more hot than Ariana Grande right now.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, it's Sabrina Carpenter?
correct. This,
I don't remember her looking that Barbie.
oh yeah, dude.
Unless she changed recently.
Yeah, like she looks like she's gotten a lot of plastic surgery to her
yeah,
cheekbones and shit like that. All right, this is a yo,
Why is she
Rickon
affiliated
said,
with Taylor
Ariana Grande needs a sandwich.
yo, for real though.
She's more like Ariana Piqueño.
This girl was a figure skater in the Olympics a long time ago.
Quan.
Uh,
Well, she
nick,
was California.
nickname or initials TL.
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 And she's a figure skater.
Yeah.
Oh, the one who. you would
No.
only know that one.
No, not Tanya Harding and not.
Rickon said, Tracy Lords.
She's got a Pole last name, I think. Pole or Swedish or Finnish. All right, I'll just give it away. I watched a lot of like figure skating as a
Really?
kid because I was like a mama's boy when I was younger. Tara Lipinski.
Sounds rough.
Okay, maybe it is. This is a basketball player. Won a finals from Philly. I love him. We've talked about him with Azan.
Oh.
So he plays in Azan. He has played in Azan's.
Kawhi Leonard?
No, but you're close. Played on the same team as Kawhi Leonard.
With Toronto.
Yes.
Vince Carter. I don't think we talked about him.
Not Vince Carter, and I
He
don't
never won.
think he played with Kawhi Leonard either.
Well, definitely not. What did they even have?
Black dude.
Damian Lillard?
No.
He's Portland. I always get them mixed up for some reason.
KL.
That's Kawhi Leonard.
That's why I was
funny.
Not Van Vliet, not Pascal Siakam, not Serge Ibaka.
I was thinking Siakam.
This guy was like the fucking guy, though.
Siakam's about to win it.
He was like second fiddle to Kawhi the whole time.
Was he a point guard?
I do believe so, yeah. Or I could.
Ryan McMullen said, Maury.
Kyle Lowry.
Correct. All right, Ryan, this one's for you. I don't know, he's just like super handsome and he does like a really kick-ass blank impression. Man, fuck blank. Do you want me to do the impersonation again? It's Seth Rogen describing an impersonation of this actor. I don't know, he's super handsome. He does a really kick-ass like blank impersonation. She's always laughing at him. Man, fuck blank.
Ryan McMullen said, Jeff Goldblum.
Correct. All right, this was Scott in Austin Powers.
I don't remember who Scott is.
He was also in, I don't know, this guy kind of like an irrelevant actor.
God, he doesn't know.
Oh man, I can't believe all right, I'll just fucking give it away. It's Seth Green. And let's see if you. I wouldn't be surprised if you can't get this. You could have
just said like Robot Chicken or something too.
Yeah, true that. Or yeah, he's Chris, right?
Yeah.
And then here's the last Pennsylvanian on the list. Another like I think you would call it
an American Pie. Seth Green.
I don't think so, but you might. Like I wanted to say that, but I don't think he was.
Well, why are we both thinking it then?
Nah, because Shermanator was a lot like yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
Isn't Buffy? What?
All right, pop.
Leonardo from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
All right, think of a pop artist who did like stick.
Parker Ennis said, "My boy is 6 Cokes deep." Parker Ennis said,
"Oh my God, why are you 6 Cokes deep?"
Yo, what up? Fucking jalapenos in this motherfucker. Yeah. All right. So I'll just what we're doing right now, Jalapeno, is we're wrapping up Who's That Pennsylvanian, and I wouldn't be surprised if no one gets this. Street artist, pop artist, did stick figures.
What?
Yeah, like no one's gonna get it. It is Keith Haring. He's actually like a really good artist.
What do you mean he does stick figures?
like
Ryan McMullen said, Jalapeño.
Yo, my favorite quote from Jim. It's hard to say your actual favorite quote from Jim, but one time we were ordering like fucking I don't know.
Parker Ennis said, "Add me on this bitch."
One time we were ordering like a cheesesteak or something or a hoagie, and Jim's like, "Yeah, let me get some of them jalapenos." We're like, "What did you just say?" He's like, "Those hot peppers, jalapenos." Do you mean jalapenos? It's like, "Yeah, jalapenos."
It's like people who say quesadillas.
Parker Ennis said, "Paddle."
Yeah, I got some stupid dumb bitch
Parker Ennis
named
said,
Paddle.
Patel.
No, I got some dumb bitch named Paddle. All right, guys, I am sorry. I've really prolonged this, so what I need to do is run an ad really
I
quick.
didn't realize it was 9 hours.
Oops, not that one.
Not that one. The other one.
All right, guys. I think it's time that we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform, whether it's at the trading desk, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom. There's no
Parker
description.
Ennis said, OMFG.
Hold up. No talking for a second. On the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom, there's no description that does justice to the feeling that you'll get when you blow the back off your lover. So how are you going to do it? With a limp strand of rope? No. What do you want to be, the safe option? You want her to settle down with you after she's had her fun in the big leagues? No, you don't. Why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, we're talking about those pills that make you run, Forrest, run. Get the enthusiasm that Jenny has for the gang of Black Panthers and Wall Street stockbrokers, not the tepid tolerance she has for Forrest. Forget about overpriced hymns, Romans, Blue Chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time is the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat. Pun intended. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and I'm bricked up in my briefs all night? I've tried these bad boys. They're a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You can pop one over drinks. It's not going to give away your position. Or due to the quick acting effect, just go to the bathroom, pop one or two in, and be fully equipped to perform. Just like all the expensive name brands, Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life and check out It's Mr. Nasty Time to get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. When her dual mating strategy has her playing picky-choosy between the bad
Parker
boy...
Ennis said, "You did not just do a nasty promo."
Hold up. When her dual mating strategy has her playing picky-choosy between the bad boy and the little nice guy, you know exactly who to call. It's Mr. Nasty Time. Yeah, I did just do a nasty time. And hold the comments for just 1 minute more. Let me do a Holler Boys promo.
You take it off.
So, guys and gals, I don't think it's any mystery that I take my physique very seriously. I'm even buckling down. I'm taking it more seriously than I ever have. I cut soda out of my work week. I'm getting into, you can't tell because I'm drinking a six-pack every Friday. But I swear, like, Fridays are the only nights that I do this. And then for, 6 days a week, I'm, like, very, very serious about my shit. I'm getting into meal prepping, boiled chicken and rice, working muscles in my body I didn't even know I had before. And I pulled my abs. I just discovered that sit-ups are trash and crunches are where it's at. So I was doing crunches today because they're a more efficient abdominal exercise. And I swear I pulled my abdominal muscle. It was like the most throbbing discomfort I've ever experienced. It was so bad, dude. But
That could be a hernia.
I'm targeted fat burning. I'm like walking on an incline of 15 on the treadmill instead of just like sprinting on a flat surface. Taking, my cardiovascular health over muscle mass and gains. I used to just eat whatever I craved, and I tried to outwork a poor diet, and it was all to no avail. There are still times when I have to force myself to eat. You can't just stuff empty calories down your big fat blowhole, you orca whale. So I found a solution for you. Here's the remedy. Holler Boys Beef Jerky. They pack 10 grams of lean protein into a fantastic package, and the flavors are to die for. They got peach bourbon, honey habanero, southern barbecue, Chesapeake, Fuego, or the tried and true original if you're a plain Jane. My personal favorites are the peach and the habanero, but we all know I'm a little bit sweet and zesty. What's even better about Holler Boys is they're nice and local in tax-free Middletown, Delaware, and they're founded by a father-son duo. They just started tinkering with the backyard smoker and through trial and failure have come to present some of the boldest and most memorable flavors I can recall in my life. Forget Slim Jim, Jack Links, and Deets Nuts. Holler Boys Snacks packs a great nutritional value in a filling serving size for an affordable price to stretch your dollar with flavor for days that'll make you holler. Their mission statement rings true to the Good Faith Podcast that life may throw you around, but you can never give up. How true. Scan the QR code on the screen and find their link in the description to tap into the best beef jerky on the market. HollerBoysJerky.com. That's holler with an A. Holler Boys Jerky. The only good jerk. All right, thank you guys for staying quiet during that. Now you can, talk up a storm.
Parker Ennis said, 1. Comments take too long to orchestrate lip.
Yeah. I gotta figure out how to,
Parker Ennis said, 2. Give her me the link.
Check.
Parker Ennis said. 3. You better have paid promos.
Oh, yeah.
Parker Ennis said. 4. Go Panthers.
Go Panthers. Yeah, you like go. What's his name? Talanoa McMullen or McMillan? What's his name? Tet McMullen. What's his actual name though?
What? You mean
McMillan.
Tetaroa?
What is it?
Tetaroa?
Tedarayo. Go Tedarayo McMillan. I'm a big fan of him. Jalapeño. Look in the description. You'll find the link for Holla Boys Jerky. Or you could rewind and scan the QR code, but I think it's just a lot easier just to like click on the actual link. All right, so now this episode is called A Decade. What is it called? It's called A Decade of Debauchery.
Parker Ennis said, "No, I mean that you joined the podcast, silly."
Oh, I still don't have it figured out how to Zoom. Like I can Zoom call you, right? But I still don't have it figured out how to broadcast on OBS a Zoom call. Maybe we could talk like tomorrow or something like that about how to do it right. I just don't know how to have a Zoom window in OBS and to stream it onto YouTube and have it like work properly. Because I'm shit with technology. So. But I'm really looking for someone to like teach me how to do it, because I think that would like it would open up so many avenues for our podcast. So we'd be able to like, talk with somebody in North Carolina, talk with someone in even in Newtown who doesn't feel like leaving their house, talk with someone in Toronto, and right now we're unable to do that. Right now, like the only way we can get people on the podcast is to have them come into my bedroom. But I would love to be able to actually have people, able to remote chat in. So, we're going to talk about the last 10 years because we have been seeing society degrade into a cesspool
Rickon said, "Talk to the entertainer at the strip joint."
Well, I would love to. Maybe not necessarily about setting up, technology, but maybe about some other things. So society has degraded into a cesspool of debauchery and degeneracy. By the way, guys, if you have not, thumbs up that shit, man. If y'all motherfuckers don't thumbs up in the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna shut this shit down. I'm gonna turn the chat off on y'all motherfuckers.
Oh no.
So it all kicked off, in my
Parker
opinion.
Ennis said, "Do it." Parker Ennis said, "You won."
I can, but like you're so much more mellow than our normal troll. Like I'm hoping Mangina doesn't come in here. So 10 years ago, Caitlyn Jenner, and guys, and Chernie, let me like finish each synopsis. But if you have like an objection, you're free to talk about it after. And same goes for the chat. Like try your best to keep it in between monologues. Caitlyn Jenner vehicularly manslaughtered Kim Howe, an actual biological woman, then won Woman of the Year award, and publicly stating that the most difficult part of being a woman is deciding what to wear. She got gender reassignment surgery 1 year after fucking killing somebody. Do you think that is like do you think that is degenerate behavior?
Was you ran over already?
What?
You ran over already?
Yeah, like that. I mean, I think that's pretty cut and dry that she's a fucking degenerate.
What?
Like,
who is this person? Kim who?
Caitlyn Jenner murdered Kim Howe.
Okay.
We need Mangina. We don't need Mangina.
We need Mandingo.
No,
Parker
I think I
Ennis
know
said,
who he is
"All right,
too.
start the Zoom meeting and invite me. I can't sit here and be in chat."
Well, all right, wait. Okay, you know what? Maybe I can have you. Hold up. Maybe I can have you call in. Send. All right. See, fucking. God damn it. All right, let me. Fucking. Hold on one sec.
Brian McMullen said, Jalapeño is a young goat. Parker Ennis said, also you are very great, just like Caitlyn Jenner. You let people come in here and not be vetted. I'm surprised at the lack of hard R's.
Wait, how do I fucking... Jalapeno, text me your email address, please, I guess. Text me your email address, and then I will send you an invite, okay?
Rickman said, Alex Watt is a douchebag for 200?
Okay. Back to our decade of degeneracy. In 2015, on August 1st, a photograph was released showing the world's beloved Hitchbot being stripped for parts and decapitated by Philadelphians. Hitchbot Travels took it through mostly all of Canada, a lot of Germany, the Netherlands, on its voyage from Boston to San Francisco, and I think it went all the way from Boston to San Francisco, then came back down the south, was like on its way back up the northeast coast, and Philadelphians got a hold of it, and we were like, nah, motherfucker, like, yeah. Then Hitchbot made the grave error of venturing into Philadelphia, and we were like, yo, fucking rob that little motherfucker.
So Philadelphia is the reason for degeneracy.
It was pretty degenerate that we did that, yes. 2. Sorry, I'm...
2, we killed Harambe.
Here we go. All right, Jalapeno. I sent it to you. Well, okay, I sent it to you, Jalapeno. Okay. Next, what happened was, in 2015, Spokane's NAACP charter was headed by a white woman, Rachel Dolezal. Rachel's parents disclosed that she was born a Caucasian, to which she replied before resignation, I identify as an African American. Can you, Chernie, identify as an African American?
No.
But you can identify as a woman?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's like a different. I don't think you can identify races, but you can you can change sex. You can't change races.
But like they're both social constructs.
I don't really think race is a social construct. It's about where you're from.
What if you're half white, half black? Like then you identify as
but
one of them.
But that's not identifying. You're both.
Yeah, but wait, Jalapeno, why
Parker
are you
Ennis
chatting
said,
when?
No, you can't change sex. Parker Ennis said, you can change gender. Parker Ennis said, and you're also mixing up race versus ethnicity.
Jalapeno, I sent you a Zoom invite.
So why they call it sex reassignment surgery instead of gender
Rickman
reassignment?
said, you can change sex?
No, he said you cannot. He said you cannot change sex. But they're both social constructs. Race.
Sex is a culture?
No.
Okay.
Sex is a biological
okay
construct.
Looking.
Okay. Yeah, I sent it to you. On to the next one. In 2015, Subway's Jared was found in possession of CB. Subway Jared was also found guilty of driving across state lines to have shaboinking with a minor. Jared was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in federal prison. That was pretty fucking degenerate. In 2016, Johnny Depp was labeled by the entire fucking world as an abusive husband because we all believe all women. Nobody thought it was possible that some women are fucking liars. He was held in contempt by the public for the better part of an entire decade. Amber Heard was granted a divorce, listing irreconcilable differences as the reason, not her being a cunt, which is the actual reason, and a settlement which awarded Amber $7 million. People magazine, with its knack for vivid detail and scrutiny of the facts, published Amber's bruised face on their cover, not thinking that it's possible that she could have done it to herself. 7 years later, Depp's name was cleared, and only then Heard became recognized as a nasty cunt who deserved whatever karma she got for dragging a good man's name through the mud. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay, good. In 2017, the Me Too movement, which involved Harvey Weinstein, Kevin Spacey, and Louis C.K., who merely stayed in a hotel room with unsuspecting women and beat his meat rigorously. I mean,
all that happened?
It's pretty bad. I'm kind of belittling it, but like,
yeah, you really are. I'm pretty sure there was a lot
Parker
more than
Ennis
that.
said, "Okay, I'm in the waiting
Isn't
room, my
Harvey
boy."
Weinstein in jail?
Wait. Let me get you in here. Admit. Wait, if you turn on your video, I can at least see you, and then let me hear you.
Hey, let me hear you.
Oh, fuck,
Hey.
wait.
Hey.
All right. How do we get that? How do we get the echo off now? Do I?
All right. I muted myself. It should be better now.
Blah 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 blah. All right, boy.
Should have no feedback.
Okay, so we're just.
Rick M.
Microphone on my
said,
phone.
"No echo."
If this works and it's not fucking up your stream.
No, it seems pretty good now. This is not bad. Like we can at least use this for an audio call in and shit like
Give me a
that.
second.
Okay. So I'll keep going. In 2017, Kathy Griffin held up Donald Trump's severed head as a prop on national television, which lost her millions in endorsements from both sides of the political spectrum. And I don't even think she's very funny at all. In 2018, Cambridge Analytica harvested millions of Facebook users' data in order to target them for political propaganda. This led to rigorous investigations by governmental agencies, which resulted in absolutely no penalties at all. Essentially, our democracy was bought and sold, and our leaders had zero response for such actions. Are you guys at home hearing an echo? Like, I'm hearing an echo, but it might be too faint to be picked up.
I doubt they
Okay. I wonder.
Is it me?
Yeah, like, I wonder how we can. Because there's nothing that we can do to.
Do you have our live on right now? Is that why?
Yeah, because that's the only way that he can hear
Oh,
is
he can
like
hear.
that. Yeah.
I thought he was like.
Yeah, that's a good call. I just went out of it.
Oh, okay. So you can are you able to hear Chernie right now? Chernie, talk to him.
Hi.
Can you hear him good?
Rick M. said,
Yeah,
"Low
I mean, I'm
volume."
listening, so
Is he
actually
on
pull up
Chernie's
my
microphone?
phone and have your cast on my phone, and then I just have you on my Zoom.
Wait, mute your phone. Or if you mute your phone, well, then you won't be able to hear us at all. Is that the deal?
I can't hear you through.
You mean definitely?
Yeah.
Wait, try muting the phone entirely, and then you can turn your audio on the Zoom, maybe.
All right. What about now?
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's better. What?
I said, what about now?
Blah blah. Yeah, blah blah blah. It sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, the gabagoo. The blah, blah, blah.
Wait, hold up. I got a soundbite for this.
Forget about it. Take it easy, will you? Oh! Expecto Patron in the trunk. Holy cannoli!
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I can hear you, and then you can hear me.
All right, I think we're good.
So we're in harmony.
All right, I'm gonna turn the volume up a little
Maybe
bit.
put the mic closer, or
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll just direct these microphones towards it. Everybody speak up. Don't be fucking shy here, right? All right, so in 2008, Charlottesville residents attempted to what? 2018, sorry. Charlottesville residents attempted to mobilize local government to destroy multiple Confederate statues. Fair. Antifa and white nationalists consequently got into one of the bloodiest public skirmishes in recent history, to which Trump commented, good people were on both sides, which is probably more wrong than right. While good people probably could have advocated for both separate sides, good people don't typically take to the streets for blood-soaked melee. Do we agree there?
I thought you liked Malcolm X.
I like Malcolm X. What do you think, Jalapeño, about Malcolm X? You think he's I think he was a good guy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's as someone that owns a lot of guns, sometimes there's lesson behind bullets.
Yeah.
I think he was the racial equivalent of that. Like he, went tick for tack, and I think sometimes the aggression may have been viewed as something that was negative, but hey, sometimes you got to fight. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight, right?
Yeah. And you can't bring a tiki torch or a pitchfork to a, I don't know, whatever. That was mostly what they used in Charlottesville, was like torches and pitchforks. It was like very
they have a car run.
Yeah.
Straight to Hawaii with the tiki torches. I went straight to Hawaii. I was like, yeah, we can do that. We wrote some pineapple.
So, in 2019, the mayor of Baltimore, Catherine Pugh, published a book titled Healthy Holly. Fucking bitch, no one gives a shit. For which she utilized $600,000 worth of public treasury funds to purchase 120,000 copies of her own book. Kaiser Permanente, which Pugh sat on the city's spending panel of, was eventually awarded a $48 million contract, and Pugh resigned shortly after. I don't think she did any jail time, nothing. She just had to be publicly disgraced for, what is that? Is that like insider trading or something like that?
For buying your own book? No.
For using the city treasury to purchase, what was it like?
It's like, well, I don't even know if you call it money laundering, but it's not like insider trading.
It's definitely not legal.
Yeah, it's not legal.
But she didn't face any type of
misrepresentation of funds, like state funds or whatever, city funds. I don't know.
I mean, it's some degree of fraud.
Yeah. It's fraud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's whatever.
What was her name?
It's some degree of fraud.
Her name was Catherine Pugh.
Let me say that.
Her name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah, his name was Robert Paulson.
So, when you get the facts on that, you can let me know. In 2019, everyone's favorite socialist, Justin Trudeau, a social media image began circulating of him in blackface. For a 2001 talent show where he performed Day-O, Day-O, daylight come and me wanna go home. Hey, Mr. Taliban, tally me banana. And he was a teacher for a private school which held an Arabian Nights theme party. The most recent political race in Canada showed Trudeau's Democrats losing. However, that's not much of his concern, as he resigned a few months prior. Do you? I don't know. Do you think that there's such a thing as tasteful blackface? Like he was not like doing like super racist shit. He was just. I don't even think he was in. What is that? An African song? I think it might be.
So Catherine Pugh was indicted by a grand jury on 11 counts.
Rick M. said Trudeau's party got reelected.
You're talking about the party, yeah. Including tax evasion, fraud.
Rick M. said dumbass Canadians.
Well, it was in response to Trump.
But did he resign, or is he back in office?
No, he resigning at the end of the year, but his the person replacing him in his party won.
Okay, gotcha.
So she was indicted by a grand jury on 11 counts, including tax evasion, fraud, and conspiracy in connection with the book transactions.
Rick M. said he is cooking now full time.
The following day, she signed a plea agreement pleading guilty to 4 charges of conspiracy and tax evasion. Pugh served 2 years in federal prison before being released on probation into Baltimore halfway house.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay. So she did face consequences. Good.
Federal prison.
So in 2019, this is bad. Fuck Boeing. Boeing covered up whistleblowers' concerns about navigational systems that caused their 737s to nosedive in Indonesia and Ethiopia. Key executives at Boeing swept their findings under the rug. Like, that's bad. I fucking hate Boeing. I'm a big Lockheed Martin fan, and fucking Trump just awarded like a big airplane contract to Boeing over Lockheed Martin, which I don't know why. Fucking Boeing planes like fall out of the sky because they're shit.
Aren't they still kind of like the best planes?
They're the most popular like civilian transport plane, but
Yeah, I mean,
I think
built
that's what
between
they're
like 1960 and 2005, absolutely. Today, Airbus
okay.
probably the best. If I had to, I mean, I'm not an expert in the area, but Airbus planes are nice.
Okay.
They're well built and they have a very low percentage of issue. So
I wonder, like, do they tell you what model you're like flying in? Like, if I'm ever in a
Absolutely.
Boeing, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, I'm getting
You
off
go
this
book a
plane.
flight, yeah.
Okay.
Like you go book a flight and you're like, I want to go to Philly.
I'm
From
pretty
Philly
sure we flew in Boeing to Omaha.
Okay, because I know I've been in an Airbus before too. I think American Airlines is mostly Airbuses.
I thought they used Boeings a lot.
I don't know.
I think all the major airlines are going to have probably a mix.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah, but fuck Boeing. I don't like them, and
Yeah, I
like
mean,
that
agreed.
shit. Yeah.
Definitely don't want your door like
yeah.
like falling off of your airplane. Like, you know, it's a blessing that there weren't human beings there because of the particular layout of that plane, right? So that there weren't like humans sitting right by that what would be an exit.
So in 2020, we're already halfway through the decade by this point. 2020, Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B made a song about having a wet ass pussy, and they broke records with 93 million streams in 1 week.
Wasn't Miley
Beat
in
it up
that too?
anywhere. Catch a charge.
Okay, so you're appropriately whopping, which means your pH levels are perfectly balanced.
Wait, what did you say, Chernie?
Wasn't Miley in that too, or is that? Am I thinking of something? Oh, I'm thinking of Wet Back.
What's the song? Is that?
Or
There's
not-
a song, Wet Back?
No, My Neck, My Back.
Wet Back. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Holmes.
In 2020, Portland held the Rose Festival, which I was talking about earlier, which advanced the largest steps towards actually defunding the police, which I have mixed emotions about. Like, I
used to love that.
when I talk about being an anarchist, I'm obviously being a little bit sarcastic. Like, I don't actually want to see true anarchy, which Portland was like the closest that we've
Well,
been in the
Seattle
modern
was.
age. Yeah, like the whole Pacific Northwest devolved into debauchery, degeneracy, and anarchy. You know. And then in 2020, George Floyd was murdered in cold blood for the entire world to see as Officer Derek Chauvin knelt on his neck for almost 10 consecutive minutes. Minneapolis protests became highly escalated and morphed into fiery riots. International affairs and the judicial system had their hands forced to try Officer Chauvin, but ultimately he was found not guilty of murdering a man by suffocation. What do you guys think about that?
I thought they did convict him.
Nope, he was not
With
found
them,
not guilty.
said, cold blood hot?
This is like so divisive. Like I believe that you should be able to apprehend a suspect and place him under arrest if he's in handcuffs in less than 10 minutes. Like, and you should at least take your knee off of his neck so he can breathe.
Yeah,
But
he was convicted on all charges.
And went to
22
jail?
and a half years, yeah.
What the fuck?
Where have you been?
Are you Chat GPT?
Wikipedia.
I could
Early
have
2021.
I could have swore I was listening to it live, and
At the time, I'm pretty sure he was like not gonna be like convicted. Like there was a lot of talk about it, and it wasn't happening. The trial went on for a while, and then he was convicted. I think some of the other ones got off because they weren't like directly on his neck or something. But Derek Chauvin was arrested.
Okay. Well, I think that's good. But I am 99.99% sure about this one. In the same year, 2020, Kyle Rittenhouse, a 17-year-old, was driven across state lines from Illinois to Wisconsin with an assault rifle by his mom to an active riot zone where he killed 2 men and shot a third. He was charged with aggravated assault and first-degree murder, which is fair. Like, he fucking opened up an assault rifle in an active, state of emergency. He was supposedly a part of a civilians militia tasked with defending small business owners from looters. And rioters of Antifa in the wake of the Jacob Blake ordeal. Rittenhouse's crocodile tears saved him in that he was cleared of all charges. That is accurate, right?
And then he went smiling on Fox News about it.
Fucking that lesbian-looking motherfucker.
What?
Dude. He looks like a little lesbian.
I guess.
Jalapeno, what? I know you're a responsible gun owner. What do you think about that? And
Yeah, I mean it's a good question. It's tough. Like, I'm not a lawyer, right? And I'm not someone that assumes another kind of thing. But there are all those little things that like people that maybe aren't into guns care about. Like, oh, he crossed state lines. He was a minor. Blah blah blah. Blah. And like, I guess now the way I think about it from a personal standpoint is I'm a dad now, and my kid is not close enough to even know what a firearm is. But you already think about that.
Rick M. said,
I don't know
so
that
the
I
cop
would
going to
consider-
jail is good and the crying guy being absolved of charges are bad?
They both killed.
I think they both deserve criminal punishment.
I'll make it short for you. I don't know that I agree with what he did, and why he did it, and how he was able to do it. From a political aspect, I try to not think about that. But if it was my kid, I would have probably not been very happy about that.
I wouldn't drive my kid into a state of emergency. With a gun, without a gun, I wouldn't drive my kid into that shit.
I'm not sure what Rick's point is. We want both of them to be jailed.
There's an element of like looking for trouble, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good old saying: those who go looking for trouble tend to find it. And I think he was. Yeah, I think he was looking for trouble.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Yeah.
In 2020 was a bad fucking. That was the first year of Trump, wasn't it?
It was his election year.
Yeah.
He didn't start till 2021.
Okay, so we're just getting started with the degeneracy and debauchery.
Or wait, no. 2016 was his. Yeah, 2020 was when he was in his last year of office.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
2021, and then Jan 6th in 2021.
Okay. So 2020, U.S. senators violated the Stock Act by selling billions in stocks right before the global pandemic began. I wonder where they got that bright idea. Mm-hmm. These senators received privileged information from within a closed Senate meeting on February 20th. On March 30th, the Department of Justice launched a formal investigation, and, you could fact-check me here, Chernie, but I'm pretty sure no charges were brought against them.
Who am I looking up? I would need to know who.
You could just say
charged.
You could just say were any senators penalized in any way for violating the Stock Act on February 20th?
Yeah, that's kind of a silly question, because the question is like, is any member of the House of Representatives or Senate or Congress as a whole
corrupt,
insider trading? Then yes, every fucking day.
I just wonder if they've ever been penalized for it ever. Like, if any senator.
Who's gonna penalize them? Like, we're talking about power, money, and influence.
Yeah.
A lot of the second. And who's gonna penalize them for it? Like, it's in all the people's best interest that can either invest in this kind of thing or benefit from this kind of thing, or both, to not say anything.
Yeah.
Well, the DOJ is supposed to be a third party.
If the public's opinion of the NBA were the same of our Congress, boy, boy, would things come into perspective a little bit more. I guess is the easy way to say it. But yeah, like insert chickens happen every day, dude. Like,
Yeah.
And they're all making a whole lot of money off of it. But like, what are we gonna do?
Become a politician, so you can do it too.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way.
If you can't beat him, join him. Like the old saying.
No.
So I don't even know why I had this one on here. This seems quite inconsequential, but in 2020, Kelly Clarkson filed for divorce. No, Kelly Clarkson from her husband, Brandon Blackstock, citing irreconcilable differences as the grounds. Blackstock is requesting $436,000 per month in spousal support and child support.
Wow.
It's fucking... I kind of hope he gets it, because fucking...
Okay.
There's very few men who get, those type
That's
of...
because men make more than that.
Well, if you're married to Kelly Clarkson...
Exactly. That's why this would be the exception.
It's your big guy.
I gotta pay you $436K every month. No, it's Kelly Clarkson. Sing that shit. Oh, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, we out here. Welcome to America's Got Talent Idol. I'm Ryan Seacrest.
So, on to 2021. Britney Spears was literally a slave for the better part of our entire lives until 2021, when she was freed from the conservatorship of her tyrannical father, which, like, good for her. I think that was very oppressive. The fact that Britney Spears was, like, unable to have any autonomy, as a human adult,
Yeah, but didn't she, like, do something fucking crazy? And, like,
yeah, they did better
after
line.
getting her autonomy, that, like, was like, yeah, I get why you had a conservatorship.
I think it was, like, more gray than it was made out.
Did she, like,
I didn't look into it.
Was
that
it?
much.
It was Michael Jackson who dangled a baby off of a balcony, right? Did that happen?
So, yeah.
But I thought Britney Spears did something similarly crazy like that, or maybe got into like a car accident with her kid, and like, I don't know. She was crazy. She was under a lot of pressure,
Probably drugs.
and I think that was the year that fucking what's that gay dude that was like free Britney, and he was like crying about it.
Everyone needs to leave Britney alone.
Yeah, leave Britney alone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know.
All right.
That Free Britney movement was hilarious to follow.
In 2021, this is where shit's really started going off the rails. In 2021, Citadel Securities began a short position on GameStop, which internet influencer Roaring Kitty alerted Reddit users on Wall Street Bets that he would be buying in large quantities. This combination of conditions mixed for the ultimate David versus Goliath battle on Wall Street of retail traders versus institutional investors. Robinhood, which was the preferred brokerage of the masses, received secret instructions from Citadel Securities to disable the buy button, which derailed the entire fiasco. I mean, this is kind of where it gets a little gray, because we could have maybe seen, like, I don't know, who knows what the repercussions could have been. Like, Wall Street could have gone bankrupt, or at least, like, key players on Wall Street could have gone bankrupt, or fairness and justice would have prevailed. So, like, who knows what kind of global financial crisis would have ensued. But, basically, the quote-unquote free market is not free or fair. The SEC and the FTC investigated the claims of foul play, but ultimately did nothing to punish Robinhood or Citadel for their misdeeds.
Did we just skip over J6?
Well, I'm in 2021.
Yeah, but this is like the start of 2021. Is it not in order?
Yeah, I don't think it's, but I didn't put it on here. I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
That was like one of the biggest things, if
You're, like,
not the biggest.
firing topics. I love it.
Like,
I was gonna ask you about
about
new Elon and Trump drama.
I haven't even
we can get it. I wrote this before that even came up. I wrote this down like 2 weeks ago, or like maybe
That's
3
fair.
weeks ago.
That's
So yeah, that wasn't happening. But we could talk about it when we get to the end here. This was bad. I didn't even know this happened in 2021. Travis Scott threw an Astroworld festival in his hometown of Houston where a mass surge to the stage occurred and 10 people were trampled to death. Travis claimed he didn't hear any calls to stop the show in lieu of a mass casualty event, so he continued the show for 40 minutes after the stampede happened. So, like, people were literally partying to death at that motherfucking concert, yo. Like, that shit must have been pretty epic, you know?
And hundreds of injuries.
Yeah. I wonder what song those people died to. Like,
It's awful.
So after that, the famous cuck slap.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth!
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock on national television because he's a fucking cuck and a little pathetic pussy-ass bitch. Smith's lawfully wedded wife has reportedly gotten her back blown out by numerous Hispanics and brothers, including notable celebrities such as August Alsina, Grant Hill, and Tupac Shakur.
Wow.
Will Smith was... I got his jersey.
Like Shannon Sharp.
Did he? I'll tell you, I was... Lou Dort, child support, Lakers in 5. I was blowing them back out in 5. Will Smith was fully aware of the entanglement, that's what he called it, entanglement, and gave his public blessing on it, so that categorically defines him as a fucking cuck. Am I right, Jalapeño?
Yeah, I'm honestly still mesmerized by the whole lead-in and intro. That was just fantastic and intricate. Yeah, I mean, the whole... Listen, I don't know, Chris Tucker took that like a man, I guess is what I would say. Like that, I don't know, like whether it's staged or not, or
Chris Rock, Chris Tucker wouldn't have been down for that fuck shit. Chris
he would have been crying.
I'm gonna beat your ass, motherfucker.
I mean, but yeah, I totally did wrong, Chris, in that.
Yeah.
So we have a
example.
We have a definitional disagreement. Maybe you can decide this for me, because Chernie says that a cuck is only a man who derives sexual satisfaction from watching his wife have sex with another man.
Okay.
I say that any man who enables, encourages, he doesn't necessarily have to be in the room, but just any guy who's like aware of a quote unquote entanglement is a cuck. What do you say?
When did I
I'd say, like, you have the internet, like, meme definition of it, like, very down pat. He has the technical correct definition of a cuck down pat.
So what would you say? Do you say Will Smith's a cuck? Like, he wasn't sitting in a cuck chair, like, jerking it to his wife getting banged, but, like, he, was...
No, I mean, like, that's not at all, I don't think, what I would think about a cuck. I mean, like, if anything, that was a very awkward situation, like, but cucks would be something that, I don't know, I just look at it like the technical definition, and then you look at it as like the meme internet definition, and I think that's also correct.
Okay, so you think they're
like
both
you would
cucks?
Throw someone around as like, yeah, that's a cuck, like, but I don't know.
Okay,
I don't think that situation in particular, what you asked, is the definition of that. I think Will Smith just got like super insecure and defensive, over, I don't know, maybe something that had built up for a very long time. But yeah, that was a crazy thing to see.
Yeah.
I would say, like, as the general public.
That's why it's on the list.
Yeah, that was definitely a crazy thing to see. Like, and as that Chris Rock took that, like imagine at that, like, on that platform, on that stage, with that kind of notoriety, like doing your job and telling a joke, and then having someone come up and slap you, like, that's pretty wild. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was some bitch shit, and like I was always a huge Will Smith fan, and that kind of made me hate him. But
that's fair.
In 2022, it ended with scam, bankman, fraud, stealing at least $8 billion from his FTX customers, and he was sentenced to 25 years in prison, plus having $11 billion seized. Silicon Valley Bank also lost solvency and shut its doors. I don't get it. He stole $8 billion, but they seized $11 billion. So what? What happened to $3 billion? Like fucking.
Probably gained it from the $8 billion, I guess. I don't know.
But who? I guarantee they didn't fucking give people their money back. I'm sure some government agency was like, "All right, here's our cut. Like we did our jobs. Fucking put it behind bars. All right, here's your cut. Here's your cut." In 2023, there's more cuckoldry. Nashville police officer Megan Hull got trained by 6 of her coworkers while Hull was in the lawful confines of a marriage with a lowly park ranger named Jedediah. Sounds like a fucking Quaker cuck.
Let the boy watch.
She claims it was an open marriage. Jedediah, the park ranger, says he was never really on board. I don't know, Megan. I'm not really on board. Shut up and watch me get fucked. Court,
get in the wagon.
Court documents claim that Hall had a racial fetish and would solicit her sergeant to pull out his big black dick and gag her with it. The investigation led to the chief of police, 2 sergeants, a detective, and 4 officers being punished. 2 officers held their position while everybody else was discharged.
All right, what's your question?
she's a disgusting. That it's just smut.
It's smut, Bill.
In 2024, so we're moving along here. 2024, a young girl talked to a street reporter about hocking a loogie on a penis and became a viral sensation with her own podcast and meme cryptocurrency coin. Like fucking, that's just degenerate. Like fucking, I don't know. What's the controversy here? Where do we all stand on this? Because I actually kind of think this was just unfair optics on this. In 2024, in the Paris Olympics, Angela Carini surrendered after only 46 seconds of getting her ass beat by Joanna Man, Imani Khalif. Although investigations uncovered 0 proof of XY chromosomes in Khalif and no heightened levels of testosterone, this has brought widespread attention to the subject of fairness in women's athletics. So, what do we think? Do we think that that poor little Italian girl was just being soft, or what?
I don't know, maybe.
Wait, like, what do you... Because, like, I've seen pictures, and she looks like she doesn't belong in... She looks like she doesn't belong in, like, a kickboxing ring beating the shit out of another woman, but, like, I guess... That's what happens, fucking... I don't really think... I hate watching women, like, fight each other, I just don't... I don't think it's, I don't know.
You don't like even women's UFC?
No, I hate... Like, I don't even like watching 2 men beat the shit out of each other, but at least it, like... I don't know. At least it's kind of, like, okay, I guess.
I mean, you love the Philadelphia Eagles, and they do that every game.
Well, like football's different. They're not like.
I mean, it's very dangerous.
Football's a very violent sport, yes, but like I think even like
they are literally beating the shit. I mean,
they're like spearing each other.
like UFC is like fucking gory, Like I don't.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, UFC is definitely worse, but I don't think it's out of the question to say football's like really physical.
I can't wait until football is in the Olympics and we get to just watch us beat the shit out of like little fucking Frenchmen. Like, oh no, he's so fast. And be like, yeah, motherfucker.
Is this supposed to be in the Olympics?
Yeah, I think next summer Olympics football is going to be in it. I think it's gonna be flag football.
There?
The flag football.
Right, dude, you love Ray Gun.
I love Ray.
Ray Gun, I mean, all day, dude. I mean, one of the best break dancers to ever live.
She was a goat. Yo, this is a fucking degenerate statistic. In 2025, so we're into this year, right? In 2025, it is estimated that 1% of American women between the ages of 18 to 45 have an OnlyFans. So 1% of our female population are pornographers. And this is an even more damning statistic.
That's only from 18 to 45.
That's from 18 to 45. When you tighten up that age range from 18 to 24, 10% of our adult population below the age of 24 women are pornographers. Like, that's bad. That's like, you know, it's only gonna get more too, you know. We're like,
why is it only gonna get more?
because that's how like degeneracy works. It doesn't.
It never stops.
Yeah,
It's never gonna go down.
It degenerates. Like
I don't think it's gonna go that way.
Why? What's gonna stop it?
So what? We're gonna get to 100%? Is that what you're saying?
Like probably not 100%, but we're gonna get to a point.
It's gotta stop at some point.
Maybe like 50%, but like it could.
I don't even know if it'll go that far. That's a lot.
Well, how long has OnlyFans existed for?
Like 5 years.
So in
as like a porn site or in general?
As a porn site. Like
I don't know when the cutoff would be for that,
but basically in 5 years, OnlyFans consumed 10% of our young women.
It started in 2016.
I would say maybe 10 years, but like, do you think that it hadn't already been happening anyway without a platform for maybe
No, but like it was just there was so much higher of a bar, like of a barrier for entry to become like a porn star. Like you had to really know that you wanted to go into that career. And now it's like, all right, you got a webcam, which I got. You know, if I was a woman, like I totally could be like masturbating here on camera instead of like doing what I'm doing, and like that's a very viable source of income. So like when you're
maybe
really, it's only for the top.
Like if you had viewers and if you had people that would pay you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, and I mean, I'm sure not all of these 10% of young women are like compelling content creators. Like some of them are probably failures.
I'm sure
you know,
less than 1% actually make good money off.
Yeah, like if you look at the income distribution of OnlyFans creators, yeah, it's only that top 1% that
like Twitch and TikTok.
But there are still young women destroying their career trajectories because like an employer can easily find a girl once you do something on the internet, it is permanent. Like your
employers are searching through OnlyFans.
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
no, they're not. They don't try that hard. They don't really care that hard to find stuff.
If you have like a front facing job where you actually like do something of consequence, 100%.
You would have to be a well-known OnlyFans for them to even find that. I don't think they're not gonna be looking through OnlyFans to find their employee.
Because they don't have aliases yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also have aliases.
But like it's not so difficult to fucking.
Yes, it is. To find it?
Not really.
To find a specific person's OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Okay. I just can't talk to you.
Dude, there are people that can literally. You're playing a fucking Xbox game with them. They'll literally find your IP address and call SWAT teams on your house. You don't think they can find a fucking IP address of someone who's posting porn on the internet?
You think those guys are the employers that are searching for you?
Yeah, every fucking workplace has a CTO who's like also, a whiz with computers.
Like the swatting thing, they don't even do that much anymore, and that's specific like people that know what they're doing. It's not like just any random Joe Schmo knows what they're doing to send a SWAT team at you.
Yeah, but like...
can you do that?
No, but
then
like...
it's not that easy.
I'm not a CTO at a company.
CTOs at companies don't do that.
They can. Like, any fucking person who's worth their salt...
They would not have the time to go through all their employees to start looking for that. Or all their, like who they're trying to hire.
Hold up, I lost Jalapeño because it timed out. start. We do have to wrap because it is 10 o'clock, but I'm going to invite him back here so we can... Participants. How do I fucking get him in here? Copy link invite. I think you have the free account. Yeah. How do I get him in here? Invite? Here we go. There we go. To Parker. Boom. Send. Always open Zoom. I want to know, Jalapeño, if you're watching, admit.
All right, bet.
All right. You work at a tech company, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Where did y'all stop? I was probably
So
where you put down.
So you work at a tech company. Like, all right, think of the.
Oh, I thought you said you were gonna say something. My bad.
No. You work at a technology company, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in technology startups for a decade. Yeah.
Okay, so think of when you think of every company you've ever worked for. Think of the most technologically advanced employee at every one of those companies, right?
Sure.
Do you think he would be able to? Do you think that person would be able to find the IP of individuals?
Why are we talking about the most?
I mean, you wouldn't even need someone that advanced.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
to be honest with you, it'd be like depending on. It's all about setting and scenario, but like anyone with a very basic knowledge of computer science and like it could take advantage of vulnerabilities or people being stupid or lazy or complacent. Like the bar is like way lower than what people realize.
Yeah, so like
that would be the easy way to put it.
So it's not far-fetched to say that every like large company with like competent employees could determine the alias of determine the actual identity of any OnlyFans model
at any
given time.
Right? Or you'd have to there'd have to be some sort of direct connection probably to your real identity, and then you're or they'd have to have reasonable suspicion to go looking into it.
Yeah, like they're not doing this for the like barista at Starbucks. They're not doing this for the Chipotle girl. But like if you're if you're the director of HR at my company,
like what they want to do in their personal life, if it's not impacting, your patrons, your customers, or whatever, for your other job, like who cares? Just like you wanting to go sell stuff on Craigslist or Mercado, or making a little scrap on the side, like that's your prerogative. It's also their prerogative. Like who cares?
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't think for a low-level employee, it wouldn't matter to me. But if I'm paying you, like $150,000 a year to work at my company, and you're like representing my company, and I, rely on you to set a high-class image for my company and the employees that I hire, like I want to make sure that you're not shoving a dildo into your twat, on Saturdays and stuff like that.
That sounds more like a you problem.
Yeah, for real.
Right? Like the only reason you would ever find that out is probably if you were like snooping too hard.
Yeah.
Or if they got too popular. Like who cares? Like you should if you theoretically, if you're in this world where you're Mr. CEO and it's your company and you care so much about the image of your company, then all you should care about is like your employees delivering results and outcomes and doing a good job and not tarnishing your brand. If they're not tarnishing your brand, who cares? Right? So like, unless the whole world and the internet was like, yeah, this, they're just, I don't know. I don't think there's many cases where that is an issue. You may have, maybe if you're like, if you make it big, or whatever, maybe.
All right. In 2025, this was like fucking bad and degenerate. Kanye West, who's a fucking psychopath, purchased ad time in the Super Bowl to peddle literal Nazi memorabilia. That was... Wait, did he just get kicked off again?
He did that in the Super Bowl?
Yeah. Wait, no, you didn't get kicked off. Sorry. Yeah, fucking. I thought that was. I mean, fucking like who? How is speaking of like
select market.
speaking of companies, doing their job, doing their due diligence with their
Yeah,
company.
so you don't.
Who's the company that fucking was like, yeah, Kanye, like fucking here, like, do you want to like see what Kanye is going to advertise in the Super Bowl? Nah, he's paying us like $4 million. Like, let him, let's just like run it. Let's see what he has to say. Like, oh, here's a swastika. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's. Will you make me one too? Making some margaritas over up in here.
yo, speaking of which, did I tell you that Peanut is in the delivery room right now?
No, you do not.
Yeah, he's going to. Well, he's not going to give birth, but
We're
he's.
gonna get a little peanut.
He said that to me. I'm making a peanut.
Wait, we're gonna get a baby peanut.
There's a Peanut Junior on the way.
There's a peanut. Yeah. And he's gonna say he's gonna get online, and then 2 hours later he's not.
Yeah, like I get it. I get it. Why today he's not, even though I hate people who give you like the maybes and they're like, oh no, I'll probably do it. I'm sure I'll definitely be on. Like, yo, just say yes, say no, and then live with your word. You know what I mean?
He does say yes and no, but he doesn't live with his word.
Yeah, like
that's why
he doesn't give you the maybe
last weekend when I was like, I can't do it tonight, but I'll look. And then that's why this weekend I was like, I'm gonna get this boy up.
You're a man of your word.
I am. But I'm happy for Peanut, dude. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. I got an 8-month-old, about to be 9 months old, and it's something. It's definitely something.
Well, I'm happy for you guys. I'm happy that you guys are both having boys, because they say when you have a boy, you have to watch a boy for the rest of his life. But when you have a girl, you have to watch all boys for the rest of her life. So, it's probably a little bit easier to have boys than girls. And
yeah, I mean, we're trying to have another anyway, so we'll probably have one of each. But hey, I got plenty of guns, plenty of ammunition. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of watching boys and girls, we're gonna
would you say it like
we're gonna wrap up with the last event of debauchery and degeneracy that culminates this whole decade, which is this year. Sean Combs forced himself on Cassie for 10 years. He hired gigolos to penetrate her and piss in her mouth and all over her face and body. She settled for a $20 million payment, and her loyal husband remains present in court. Must be so fucking awkward to support his wife, even though text message records show she willfully returned to Combs' exciting escapades, including periods of time when she was inside a lawful marriage with him. She's reportedly on record saying remarks such as, "I love our freak-offs," and other similar remarks. While the degree of Cassie's victimhood remains in question by the public, it's no question that no matter how piss-soaked and cum-dumped a young lady may be, there will always be a low-value beta waiting in the wings to sweep her off her feet and save her from the consequences of her choices. What do you guys think about the Diddy case?
I don't really know enough about it. Wasn't there other
that's
people?
just a hell of a red carpet to roll out for some answers. I mean, who knows? I mean, I wish I knew more about that. All I know is that I probably didn't want to be at a P. Diddy white party.
No.
I probably didn't want to see any baby oil around there.
No.
And I probably definitely didn't want to be cute and like under the age of 18. Those are probably the things that I do know. That's a tough one, dude. I just think I don't know. Don't meet your heroes. Like,
was he your hero?
Like, don't be a diddler. Like,
well, I think he's talking about the victims.
Oh well,
But
yeah. I mean, I feel the real victim in this is like her husband, who has to like listen to all of the details of like his now wife's like most privileged secrets, you know, and he has to just like watch.
Who, Pete?
No, Cassie's husband.
Oh,
You know, like
yeah.
he just has to hear about how his wife was just getting pissed on, like, and he's just like, oh man, like, fucking, what do you do there? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucked. I think the easiest way to say it is like all that shit's fucked. Release the Epstein logs, you know?
Yeah, I think it's only I don't know. I think that there's way too many powerful people who want to make sure that those never see the light of day. I don't think we're ever going to see them.
I think in particular the powerful people that are there now, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it would be cool. It would probably ruin my opinion of a lot of powerful people that I like. You know, there might be some people, you know, who we all think are like saints, and you know, they were actually doing some like really demonic shit. You know, so I
I
suppose
ever thought he was the same. But
not Diddy. We're not like Diddy, not Epstein, but like some of his guests. Well, like
No, not him either. No.
Stephen Hawking, I believe, went to Epstein Island. I think there's allegations of the Clintons and the Gates, and just, you know, like all. When you think of, I think Warren Buffett, like he's the fucking goat. I think he's one of the only like rich and powerful people that there's no insinuation that he ever went there. But like besides him, every other fucking billionaire was there. You know. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. But also, on that same note, fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money you have. If you're a
Yeah.
piece of shit, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I do agree. If you're getting down like that, like you should be exposed. We shouldn't, you know, like protect your secrets and shit like that. All right. I want to
10-12. Your minutes are numbered.
Yeah, no, I'm running over the time. So what I'm going to do is because I am contractually obligated to share these advertisements twice an episode. So guys and gals,
Hell yeah.
I don't think it's any mystery that I take my physique very seriously. I'm buckling down. I'm taking it more seriously than ever. I cut out soda during the week. I'm getting into meal prepping boiled chicken and rice, working on muscles in my body that I didn't even know I had. Targeted fat burn and cardiovascular health over muscle mass and gains. I used to just eat whatever I craved and try to outwork a poor diet, and it was to no avail. There are still times when I gotta force myself to eat, but I need no coercion to munch on some Holler Boys. You can't just stuff empty calories down your big fat blowhole, you fucking fat fuck. And I found the solution. So here's the remedy. Holler Boys beef jerky. They pack 10 grams of lean protein into a fantastic package, and the flavors are to die for. Peach bourbon, honey habanero, southern barbecue, Chesapeake Fuego, or the tried and true original. My personal favorites are the peach and the habanero, but we all know I'm like a little bit of a sweet and zesty boy. What's even better about Holler Boys is they're nice and local and tax-friendly Middletown, Delaware, and they're founded by a father-son duo. They just started tinkering with their backyard smoker, and through trial and failure have come to present some of the boldest and most memorable flavors I can recall in my beef sampling experience. Forget Slim Jim or Jack Links or Deets Nuts. Holler Boys Snacks packs a great nutritional value in a filling serving size for an affordable price to stretch your dollar with flavor for days that'll make you holler. Their mission statement rings true to the Good Faith podcast that life may throw you around, but you can never give up. How true. Scan the QR code on the screen and find their link in the description and tap into the best beef jerky on the market. HollerBoysJerky.com. That's holler with an A. Holler Boys Jerky, the only good jerk. What?
You've done that before, huh?
Yeah, we've had both of these like advertising campaigns for, I don't know, like at least
months?
Yeah, at least like 5 or 6 weeks long.
Oh yeah, I was just trying to gas you up, but I love you like diving into it. That's great too.
And let me finish with this last
Is
one.
it nasty time?
Yeah. Those are our two.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
we got an ED pill and we got a beef jerky. Those are our two advertisements. And I'm working to try and get a fashion, like a women's fashion brand, and to get a like Philadelphia AA. But you know, I can understand how maybe they think we're like a classless fucking, you know, bunch of scoundrels and they want nothing to do with us. I would not take it personally if that's what they think, because
Sounds like you are.
So what
No,
you're
it's-
telling me is whether you're looking for dick pills or beef jerky, you have the answer. And if you need them at the same time, you even have a better answer.
So fellas, it's time we talk about a pressing issue. We all know that as men, it's our duty to perform. Whether it's at the trading desk, on the gridiron, the hardwood court, or inside the illustrious bedroom, there's no description that does justice to the confidence boost you'll receive when you blow the back off your lover. So how are you going to do it? With a limp strand of rope? Would you want to be the safe option? Do you want her to settle down with you after she's had her fun in the big leagues? No, you don't. Why are you going to battle in the bedroom with groggy privates? The only blue pill we endorse at the Good Faith Podcast is It's Mr. Nasty Time Blue Pills. And yes, we're talking about those pills that make you want to run, Forrest, run. Get the enthusiasm that Jenny has for that gang of Black Panthers and Wall Street stockbrokers. Not the tepid tolerance she has for Forrest. Forget about overpriced hymns, Romans, blue chews. It's Mr. Nasty Time as the real deal at an amazing price that won't let you down and can't be beat. And I know what you're probably thinking. What if she cancels on me and I'm all bricked up in my briefs all night? I've tried these things. They're a lot more mellow than you'd expect. You could pop one over like drinks and appetizers. It's not going to give away your position. Or due to the quick acting effect, go to the bathroom, pop one or two in, and be fully equipped to perform. Just like all the expensive name brands, Mr. Nasty delivers his products in discreet packaging, but for a fraction of the outrageous cost that they do. Around here at the GFP, we're about leveling up, and why not level up your sex life and check out It's Mr. Nasty Time to get your mojo back. Scan the QR code on the screen or hit the link in the description and guarantee yourself unrivaled pleasure. When her dual mating strategy has her playing picky-choosy between the bad boy and the nice guy, you know exactly who to call. It's Mr. Nasty Time.
Let the boy watch.
Those are long ads.
Yeah, I
Those are like
promise.
very long ads.
Oh shit! I promised 2 minutes. I should time them to make sure that I'm not like
Or
going
we should
over.
just split them up into 30-second pieces.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, I like probably as we
Not
get.
to do it live, but I was sitting here on your podcast being like, damn.
All right, so now we're done advertising. Do you want to talk about anything?
How about that game last night?
Oh shit, Jalapeno, you watching the Pacers Thunder?
Yeah, I'm once it gets to the finals of it, pretty much any, professional sport, I'm in there, and most of them way before that. But I like the Pacers. I think, going into the beginning of the season, no one was like, oh yeah, the Pacers are it. And
True.
And OKC, even going into the finals here, everyone kind of was like, yeah, OKC in 4. Because they're just too young, they're too good. And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, I've heard sweeping 5 games a lot.
Crazy. I said 7. OKC in 7.
Really?
Yeah.
But I've just heard a lot of people that are very confident, so I thought it was pretty awesome to see,
Also,
the
they
Pacers won last night. Yeah.
the Pacers had, what was it, Chernie? Do you know? I think it was 25 turnovers.
What, last night?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
they had a crazy amount of
Oh,
turnovers.
absolutely.
Yeah,
But
and
it's about moments, dude. And
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton has proven that when the moment gets big,
And
he's
Nemhard.
there, dude. And like sometimes that's all
everyone
you need.
around him has been stepping up too. Like Nemhard.
Pascal Siakam's been in the big moment before, right?
Siakam got a great block that got them the ball. Well, it didn't get them the ball right away, but they were able to get the ball later on, and that's when Tyrese was able to make the jump shot to win it. And then Obi Toppin's been actually popping off on the bench.
Yo, there was one from the previous series. You know who I fucking love? You know who I love? Fucking white boy, dude.
What?
Fucking TJ McConnell, dude.
Yeah,
Did you see the picture of TJ McConnell, ex 76er? And speaking of Miles Teller, Miles Teller was there. Susie Essman, Timothy Chalamet, Ben Stiller, Kylie Jenner, Kaylee Sperry. I don't know. A bunch of fucking celebrities were like front row. And McConnell just walks by him like, peace, bitch, get the fuck up out of here.
Like, he doesn't even really do anything. He's like, he gets like
thug.
6 points a game.
He's a thug.
But I like the Pacers, dude. I think I would love to see them do it.
I feel like I was actually one of the few people that thought the Pacers would be a sneaky play throughout the season. I didn't think they'd get this far, but I thought they might have a chance, like conference finals wise.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely, a minority in like that. Good, more power to you. That's like the definition of a hot take at the beginning of the season.
I didn't say it in the beginning, but like in the middle, I thought that like the Pacers were like always a playoff team throughout the season. They never looked like spectacular or anything, but I didn't think anyone was really dominating. Like even the Celtics weren't. The Cavs were kind of ahead of everyone, but like they didn't seem like that great. And then
like
they're
the kind of like mini OKC, right?
Yeah.
Like, but like maybe not to the same extreme. And people have probably underrated Tyrese Halliburton for his entire career.
They definitely did right before the playoffs.
Someone like a Jalen Brunson. And even though but I think it's going to be a great series, dude. And I think, that what we got, yesterday is probably indicative of what we'll get in the entire series. And the Stanley Cup is happening too. Edmonton and Dallas. And
I think Edmonton just won.
Wait, Dallas or Florida? Florida.
Sorry, Edmonton and Florida. I was thinking of Dallas because they just fired their head coach after going to 3 straight Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Fucking the Knicks just fired Thibodeau. I think that was maybe stupid. Like, don't you think that was stupid, Chernie?
Yeah, I don't know.
They have such short leads.
I know.
The Panthers took the lead. It's 4-3 at the end of the second.
Oh shit. What was there any? Oh, I told Peanut about a month ago. It was like at the beginning of the Knicks Pacers series. I said, Peanut, make a 2-leg parlay, Fever and Pacers to win championships. And I don't think he did it, but
the Fever kind of sucks.
That would have been pretty dope, though.
I mean, because if the Pacers were to win, then he could
also cashed out right now, probably pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I don't. He didn't take it, so it's a moot point anyway. But
Your favorite word?
Moot. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot. All right. So Jalapeño, do you got any closing criticism, remarks, or gratitudes that you want to share? It doesn't even necessarily have to be with us. It could be about anyone in the world.
Yeah. Absolutely, dude. 100%. All you have to do is alley, and I'll oop. First off, thanks for inviting me last week and then letting me just come on impromptu. I'll come on again. I'd love to talk more. And I like the little, surefire, spitfire. Here's a bunch of relevant / sometimes irrelevant questions. Spitfire, I like that. I think you've done a good job. I love that you're putting your neck out there, and as your friend and someone that knows you, I respect that, and I'm proud of you for that. Other than that, I'll come back on. We'll talk some more shit. Maybe we can talk some AI, some tech, some other weird shit. But
what do you think?
I'm grateful to have come on and to know you, and I'm grateful for my wife and my little 8-month-old, and that's what I'm grateful for.
What do you think about our backdrop? Isn't this a fucking sick
Yeah, it's
backdrop,
fucking lit,
dude?
It's fucking sweet, dude.
Literally lit.
It's literally lit, yeah.
It's hella lit, dude. Like, yeah, it's really cool. I think you've done a really good job.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're like, and this is actually the very first time that I've done a Zoom call on the stream. But I think this would like really push us to that next level where we're able to, because it's very hard to get like real people in real life to come onto the podcast. But if I can just do this, talk with someone in Raleigh, talk with someone in Toronto, talk with someone in
Yeah, you
fucking-
definitely could. And
Kenya.
there's also other ways to set it up where you could do it directly and like, you know, plug in and have video and all the things. So you can also do it through this way. There's plenty of ways to do that. And also, I'll come up there and fucking come eat a Philly cheesesteak and fly up there and see you sometime too.
all right. And I want, maybe you would know, maybe you wouldn't, but I want to be able to like actually stream your like image on the screen.
Yeah.
So if you would, you know, try and help me out, I'd love to fucking, you know, pick your brain for about an hour.
Yeah,
you know,
we'll
whenever you're
figure
free.
it out, man. Yeah,
Alright.
we can definitely figure out how to do that. I'll put up my lights and my actual light setup. I knew I wasn't gonna be on camera, so I get to look like a degen. But
Well, it's a perfect for this episode. This episode's all about debauchery and degeneracy. So
yeah, we like that. I'm good for that. But yeah, we'll figure it out, man. Keep up the good work.
I will. All right. So here's my outro. I'm gonna fucking run this outro real quick. All right,
Nice
guys.
to meet you, man.
Yeah, fucking.
Nice to meet you
you if you want to, you could. Did he go? Is he still here? Yeah, he's still. Yeah. All right. You can stay in here all you want. I'm gonna run the outro now. So once again, we want to humbly thank our listeners and pay them ample gratitude for their patronage. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to have such a high quality interactive show. Thank you, audience.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yup.
What does that mean?
What I just said.
Without you guys, we wouldn't. Thank you, audience. I'd like to take this time to remind all of our listeners that we're spreading like a virus. The Good Faith Podcast is now officially on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, RSS.com, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcasts, Listen Notes, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. On Patreon, we're working to build additional value for the multiple tiers of donors with special content, super chat priority, and VIP in-person meetings. We do value your attention, so thank you for quieting your TikTok brain for the last 3 hours. This is a reminder, if you feel you got any value from our show, it takes basically zero extra effort to like and subscribe. It'll move us closer to our goal of having thousands of subscribers. We're 19 away. So, guys, please suggest us to anyone. It'll bump us up in the algorithm. It'll expose us to more potential listeners. If you guys want to share us with more of your friends, we'd be absolutely delighted to extend our outreach. The quickest way for us to broaden our exposure is for you listeners to each share us with one friend. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. If you're interested in joining our movement, it's hashtag Iriubiamu. That means I respect you only because your opinion aligns with my own. Feel free to retweet the hashtag. Also, stay cognizant to treat people with identical worldviews to your own with dignity and respect. Then if somebody's opinion deviates from yours in any way, our movement advocates for treating them like absolute shit. Remember, a civil level of respect is only earned by people who mirror your beliefs. Hashtag Iriubiamu. Our other movement is hashtag FYB. Fuck yo baby. Please spread awareness of our cause. Have you ever been minding your own business and somebody's baby comes to bother you because their supervisor didn't charge their iPad? Fuck that baby. Everybody knows that it takes a village to raise a child. Or two responsible adults who know the inherent risk of sticking a penis in a vagina. The risk is childbirth. Don't get me wrong, I have a deep affinity for all of my family, all my friends' family, and the children of great stand-up parents who instill discipline into their children and raise contributing kind members of society. To everyone whom that statement doesn't pertain to, fuck them. I hope while they're spiking on artificial sweetener, Red 5 and Ritalin, they slip on a banana peel. Fuck yo baby.
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
If you live in the greater Philadelphia area, you want to guest star on our show, want to go on a date with anyone, please reach out to us in an Instagram DM at Christopher Bulick. The Patreon link's in the description. All proceeds will go towards rent, food, electricity, New computer equipment to improve our general show quality, and Clark's medical expenses.
There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
To all of our faithful audience, we wish you a wonderful weekend, a happy and healthy lifestyle. To all of you, we bid you goodbye.
Goodbye. If you need money, sell rocks. I heard that's what they do around here.
Go to an old school mixtape, MC background pump up.
Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly. The way she shaking is killing me. You know my nigga get tickets. How did you get this thing? Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly.
All right, bro. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
We'll see y'all sometime soon. Drill it. Be good, baby.
Peace, bro.
Appreciate you.
Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly. The way she shaking is killing me. Spin on my ear, get tickets. Try to get this thing. Jiggly, jiggly, jiggly. I wanna hear it like him. That motherfucking nigga. Must be a fucking ability. She's got that jiggly, she's got that jiggly, she got that jiggly, no, she get enough. She got that jiggly, she got that jiggly, she got that jiggly.